Hello everybody, and welcome to A Crow Jiggly Titties Dommy Mommy Gives You Free Life Advice. You can never get better than this. But hi everybody. I promised you to do this stream yesterday, but I had some personal issues, so I had to put it on hold, but we're doing it today. So hopefully you guys are ready for some hot truths and some hot advice. Hi, hello, yes, welcome. So basically the reason why I'm doing this is because in every single stream it sort of just turns into this chat stream, and then there's some part of it about me preaching and talking about advices and shit, and you guys seem to enjoy it. So I'm like, how about an entire stream dedicated to that, right? Hi, voicing. Yes, I am the modern day Socrates, and the only reason why me and him is comparable is because one of his quotes, and it is, I don't know shit. You would think that the thumbnail is a joke, but it isn't. He actually did say that. Well, actually, something on the line of that. And he was like, I don't know anything. The only thing that I know is that I know nothing. And that makes me better than everyone. Which he's right, because nobody knows that they know nothing. Yes, that makes sense. Stop questioning it. Can I be your Play-Doh? Go ahead. Record everything I say. Clip it. Modern day Play-Doh. Clip it. Hi, Tortoise. Hi, Defaulty Boy. So basically what's going to happen today is if you guys have any concerns, questions, personal issues or whatever, you can post it on the chat and we can all brainstorm together. Not necessarily that my solution is going to be the best solution or the one you choose, but everybody can have their piece and, talk about things together and brainstorm through it, because we are all independent individuals with independent thinking. And we can help each other gain multiple perspectives on things. By the way, I'm streaming really early today. It's like 11. Usually I start at 12 or 1, but I just felt like, the American people, which sounds weirdly discriminatory, but the American people might be sleepy by then, and I don't want you guys to sleep late. Jesus, thank you so much, Moosey. 1 peanut. Thank you, I appreciate the 1 peanut. It was very crunchy indeed. Thank you. Jesus, the American people indeed. Yums. Hi, Riley. Hi, Moosey. He's always winking at me. I think he likes me. Hello. Hi, Bingwee. Hello. It always takes a while for people to join in later. But, yeah. You guys are welcome to put a topic in the chat. Or put your, personal problems or things you need advice about in the chat. And then we're going to go through it together. Good morning, Saturday, KROWKO. Thank you so much. It is Saturday here, yeah, unconscious. So we're all Asian gang, I guess. I think in America it's still Friday? Yeah, it's still at night for Friday, I think. Time zones. Konnichiwa. It's 9 p.m. for me, but it's midnight for someone else. Huh. Interesting. You guys are too big. That's not a fat joke, by the way. That's just about, your country and your size. And also, you guys are kind of fat. No, I'm kidding. I need help finding girlfriend. Okay, that's a good question, because we do have a huge PB amount of male viewers in the channel. And largely you guys like women, okay? I'm just assuming that. I don't know. But it seems like it. How to find a girlfriend? Well, here's what you gotta know. People alike are more likely to stay together, more likely to attract each other. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have to look within yourself first. And I know this sounds very preachy and very weird, but it's true. You gotta know who you are first, which already is a is a Herculean task. But at least you gotta know what you like, what you don't, what are your values. Okay, don't pick a girl that's like, oh, she has titties and a pussy. That's good enough. Let's go. She has titties and a pussy and she loves me. Here we go. No. You gotta check out your core values, okay? What is like a thing that you, for example, let's see, you are, I just thought of a joke. I'm not saying that. But the thing is that you gotta think of like the shit that you cannot ever stand, right? You gotta know that. And then when you know that, avoid that. I know it sounds very simple, but sometimes we don't even do that. I didn't do that. You know, I was really against some things in men that when I see one with it, I was still like, maybe he could change. He could not, okay? He could not. And you can't control that. So just avoid the people with the core values that you don't like. Don't have to hate on them. Just don't, connect with them. And also you got to think, if you're, being strategic, you got to think of the platforms that you're finding them on. For example, you like a girl who's like, outgoing, who likes to go clubbing and going to the bars and a little bit, then you can go to the bar to pick up some girls. Or if you want girls who are more intellectual, right, you can go out to some libraries. It's sort of like hunting, right? Although this might sound a bit like toxic and shit, but it's, it's like a Pokemon. Like, you know where they are. You know the people with this sort of, what is it called? My chat is freezing for some reason. With this sort of personality is more likely to flock to this sort of place. So just find them there, right? So I used to have this phase. Oh my god, look at the chat. I used to have this phase where I was really into fashionable dudes. And the way I found fashionable dudes was through Instagram, because naturally fashionable dudes are more likely to post on Instagram. And then I found one, Or if you want a girl who games, then keep playing games and talking to people and bump into a girl, or, join a Discord server, like my Discord server, and find a girl. And first is the enemy of embodiment of enemy within. That's true. That is very true. He's fear, doubt, ignorance, defeat the enemy within, and the enemy beyond disappear. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think probably the most important task of all is to know yourself. Whether that be, the art of war you're talking about, or just any sort of psychological debate or whatever. You gotta know yourself. And to know oneself is... I'm sounding preachy. It's hard. It's really hard. And I wouldn't say I know about myself completely at all. I think, there are people in their 60s that I know who don't really know themselves. And some people go their entire lives without ever looking at themselves as who they are. And to do that, I think it's really cool that you spend some time alone. And I know it's pretty abundant because... redundant, not abundant. Redundant to say that to you guys. Because, hey, we're all introverts, right? Hopefully. I don't know. I'm just guessing. And since we're all introverts, we like to spend time alone. But just because we spend time alone doesn't mean we spend time with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're getting deep. So we could be gaming, we could be reading a book, we could be doing this, doing that. But we never really just sit down, do nothing, and talk to ourselves. No, not in that sort of crazy way. I mean, like, actually look within. A moment of silence. Or a moment of reflection. We deeply lack that. And so, sometimes, we do things that we don't even know why. Or we feel things we don't even know why. And that's because we don't really know ourselves. I think probably the most difficult is to know yourself. KROWKO, the art of suns. Hi, Minnie. Welcome. Yes, I think it takes a lot. But hey, going back to the finding girlfriend question, I do think that relationships actually reveal a lot about yourself that you don't know about. A lot of things that I learn about myself, especially my issues, stem from relationships, you know? Like when you're in a relationship and you were like, oh wait, why am I like extra jealous with this person, you know? Or like, wait, why am I feeling this way? Why don't I like this? And you're suddenly like, you know, because you got to question yourself, right? Because there isn't like a base human personality thing that is completely explainable without circumstances. And what I mean by that is, for example, like, you know, let's say your girlfriend hangs out with a dude on the weekend and it's her friend for like 10 years, you know, and then you're suddenly jealous. Now, there's no thing in life to say that you have to be jealous at that, and it is normal to be jealous at that. So the natural response shouldn't be, okay, I'm jealous, let me push this shit and be jealous with her. But it should be, wait a minute, why am I jealous? And then you gotta look within. Wait a minute, why am I jealous? What is in my being that makes me jealous? Is it in my history? Is it in my childhood? What is it? You know? So before you do anything, you know, especially in a relationship, you gotta catch yourself in those moments. Like you were about to be angry, but you're like, wait, is that logical to be angry? Or is it just my complex kind of thing? If it's my complex kind of thing, let me try to solve that within myself. Sometimes you could talk to a lover about that. I think it's cool that people can have open conversations. And most of the time when I had open conversations, it's helped more than it's hindered. So, you know, if you feel like you have an issue that you want to share with your partner, because they should know about your issues, you know? Not that you're going to vent to them and treat them as your emotional garbage bin, but like, you know, share with them so that they know your craziness, right? Because they are the one who will have to face it, sadly. And you will have to face their craziness. But yeah, open conversations all the time. And question yourself. Question your emotion, I guess. Because it's not natural that you feel the way you feel. There's got to be a cause. There's got to be like a repetition in the past, you know? Like, for example, I'm just taking an example right here. I have a lot of dudes in my life who were very show-off-ish, and it was always negative experiences. So with the repetition, and we create these heuristics, I guess. It's like shortcuts in the brain, because we're really lazy, right? We're lazy beings. So we're lazy, number one. And number two, life is too complex. So we don't have time to process everything as a new thing. Sometimes we need heuristics, which are shortcuts that we've made in our brains after repetition. For example, if A, then B, and then we see that about 10 times. And then we're like, oh, okay, then definitely A, then B. So for me, repetition is a show-offish guy means a shitty guy. If A, then B, a lot of times. So now, my heuristics in my brain is that if I see somebody who shows off, I immediately deem them as a negative person, as a bad person that I don't want to, you know, have anything to do with. But that might feel like logical, right? It might feel like, oh yeah, that's definitely it, because, you know, every guy that I've met has been the same way. But it's a heuristic. You gotta catch that shit. You gotta be like, oh, am I thinking this because it's logical? Or am I thinking this because every time I see A, B has happened? So now I just turn correlation into causation. Or equation, you know? So you gotta catch those shits. Meditation is overrated. Sometimes rolling and I find it easier to gain introspection when you consider your values. Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't think meditation is overrated. I think it could be misunderstood, as you said, wrongly enacted or something like that, right? Because I think some people learn in different ways. Some people are more sort of persuaded by logic and by reasoning. So I'm guessing what Ferris is talking about is like, you know, arguments, reasoning, logic. Some people are more persuaded by that. Other people are more persuaded through emotional things, right? Emotional stimulus, emotional reactions. Some people are more persuaded by physical experiences. So I would say, like Vera said, if you are more of a logic person, which isn't necessarily better than emotional or physical, right? Just a way of experiencing life. So if you're more of that type of person, then you can definitely sit down with yourself and reason it out. And I find myself doing this a lot, right? Because I haven't really tried the meditation thing, although I've heard a lot of, recommendations and such, but I personally am more skewed naturally towards that, although I will try at some point with the emotional or physical parts. But you can do that. Or you can try meditation. Meditation is something like you don't have to reason, right? You don't have to use your reasoning for this. You use your body and your emotions at the time, and you talk to yourself, right? And you really physically meditate. Like, it's not just a reasoning kind of like deliberate reasoning kind of thing. It's a different kind, but it also has the shared goal of knowing yourself at the end, right? Because my mom meditates all the time, and she has changed into a completely different person, and she knows herself on a deeper level now. And I know that, and she's not the reasoning type of person, right? She's a completely different person than I am. Like, if we have an issue, I would just lie in bed and I think about it for like an hour or two, nothing else, just think about it, reasoning with myself. Sometimes I write down a journal, I analyze everything. She's different, right? She doesn't reason with stuff, but she's more of like a religious person, and she meditates. But she gets to the same goal at the end, which is peace of mind and knowing herself. So it's pretty cool. So I wouldn't say meditation is lesser than logic. I wouldn't say that. Compare yourself through and through. Oh, compare yourself and through you will eventually find a way to defeat yourself. Arguments. That is very true. You got to learn to argue with yourself, because sometimes, for example, with negative speech in your head, right? Sometimes your head just spews some stupid shit that doesn't make sense and make you feel bad about yourself. You got to know that ain't listening to you, because here's the fact, right? And you're speaking the wrong shit, so I'm not gonna listen to you. I don't care what you make me. I don't care what emotion it is. I'm gonna follow the facts, because that's the facts, right? Main problem is not forming good relationship is that I'm too kind so much that people hate me sometimes. Oh, that is a problem. Here's the thing, because I think being kind, it's a broad umbrella, right? You could just say, oh, this person's kind. He always, puts other people's first. Oh, this person's kind, never hurts anybody. But there are different kinds of kind, interestingly. So, for example, if you say this person's kind because he puts other people above himself, I would argue that isn't really kind. It's more like a people pleaser kind of thing, right? And you're not respecting yourself as much as you're respecting other people. That's not good. Or if you're kind because you can't hurt anybody, that's not being kind. That's being harmless, right? So it's like a saying about like a person who can't hurt someone and they don't hurt someone. That doesn't mean they're kind. They're just incapable of hurting someone. But if they're given the chance and the power to do so, they might, right? But if a person who has the power to hurt somebody, but they don't hurt somebody, now that's kindness. That's real kindness, right? That's self-control, and that's kindness. Hello, Senpi, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well these days. And so, and there are many types of kindness that isn't like that. People like the ones who are strong, who are dangerous, but kind. I think those are the types that attract a lot of people. And, Pinwee, if you want to become that, that would be better. But if it's just if it's a surface kind of kindness, or if it's like a harmless kindness, or if it's like a, people pleaser kindness, then it might not be super attractive, I would say. We're starting the year struggling to let go of the past. Time for reflection, making you realize what you lost, wanting it back always. But I see. Struggling to let go of the past. I know somebody who's really, really deep into that, and every time they talk, they just, oh, I wish I'd done this. Oh, I always regret this. I always regret that. I don't have a lot of personal experience with this because I don't really regret anything, but I'm yet to know if that is because I haven't done anything super regrettable, or I'm too young so none of my decisions are that consequential, or that I've learned a way to not regret things. So I haven't really talked to myself enough to know which one of it is, but the cliche, live in the moment, the past doesn't exist, the future doesn't exist, that makes sense. Hello, グリちゃん、ヤッホー、ようこそ。今回はね、登録者にアドバイスをあげますっていう配信です。I meant to compare myself in a mental reaction. I see. Yeah, that's a good one. Like, observing other people and observing yourself. And that's always, it's like a biological way for learning for us, as mammals and humans specifically, I guess. Living up my intelligence and faith. Nice. I go through introspection, hyper-analysis, destroy the enemy, and get a feb. What? That went south real quick. When you understand life, it doesn't look so pink anymore. Follow the fast, not emotional rhetorics, and because my emotion. But yeah, it is true that it's a good tool to use, rhetorics and such. Although I think emotions do tell us a lot about ourselves, and I really like it. I think it's really fun these days, when you have emotions and you catch them and you're like, oh, what the fuck, yo, I'm feeling super angry right now. Why is that? It's a bit weird, right? Because usually if you're angry, you expect yourself to be angry. But I find it useful to always have a separate person within yourself. It's called the observer, right? And the observer observes, obviously. But it is an objective and fair, not emotionless per se, but like, a forgiving observer. And you observe yourself within your rage, within your, your crying, your breakdowns, your everything. You always need that one sane part of yourself to observe everything and take down notes and be like, okay, when this happens, I feel this way. When this person says this, I feel this. Why is that? Analyze, right? So that's how you analyze yourself. I hate myself and everything I do is never enough. How do I get rid of this feeling, or at least suppress this? So I don't think you should suppress it, but let's first understand why you feel that way. So you hate yourself and everything you do is never enough. There are many types of psychological, I would say therapeutic paths to this. There are arguments towards you must find the reason behind your emotions before you can get rid of them, or at least control them. Or there's another path of, it doesn't matter where your emotions come from. It matters how, you have a emotional emergency kit, so you can sort of patch yourself up and get over it no matter the cost. You don't need to know the cause. I personally skew towards the knowing the cause kind of thing, because once you know the cause, you sort of stop panicking about not knowing the cause. So you could think about your past. Your childhood is a great place to start, and I might sound a bit Freudian, but it's good to know. For example, I know people whose parents are very harsh upon them, and they're harsh upon themselves, and then they're harsh upon their kids, and being like, anything you do that is below excellent doesn't matter, right? And then you don't get love when you don't do the best. And that, you absorb that like a sponge. And then the voice in your head, the voice of judgment in your head is your parents' voice, right? So there are many different causes for your emotions, but sometimes it's best to look at the past, and then you'll know, this is why I feel that way. It's not that I'm inherently this way, but I absorbed it. And then from then you can take the next step to sort of accept that this is the way my machine is built, or it's affected. And then you can go on to go like, then what am I supposed to do? Like, how do I counter this? La la la. What do you think about that? Got off worky dirky's nice. Just woke up in the nick of time to check my online. Oh shit, go do it then. Progress to better goal. Yeah. なるほど。チャンネル登録者増えません。どうすればいいですか？アドバイスください。これはね、難しい。私も増えないですよ。最近。増えてない。悲しいことです。まあ、頑張ればいいと思う。でも、なんか、いろいろな、動画とか配信アイディアをやってたらいいかもしれない。なんかゲームしてばっかりでもいいんですけど、なんか他の配信もやってみたらいいと思います。いろいろな登録者も、来てくれるから、その風に増えるかもしれない。I think it was staring off to space. I don't believe in myself that much. I've been in too many situations where I could feel like I could have done something, but I didn't do anything for fear of getting yelled at. Yeah, so personally, when I read that, I'm guessing it has a root in childhood, right? It's like you were always the good kid, and you have to always be the good kid and never do things on your own volition for fear of, being reprimanded by your parents. And it's a good realization that you're an adult now, because when you're a kid and you're shouted at or you're beaten or any of that, it was terrifying because you're a kid and you're powerless and there's nothing you could do. There's nothing you could do to defend yourself. There's nothing you could do to stop that. There's nothing you could do, and you're weak. But now you're an adult, right? The same things are haunting you, but they looked bigger because you were a kid. But you're an adult now, and you gotta really know that. I read this story about like a guy, who I'm not really if I read it or I heard it. I think I heard it from Jordan Peterson or something. But this guy who can't look at himself for like 60 years. He couldn't look into the mirror because he hated himself. And he was afraid and everything like that. And then, through this therapeutic sessions, he had horrible traumas in the past. I think I read this on Jordan Peterson's book. But he had horrible childhood traumas that he could never get over. And he's still afraid of his parents. And oh my god, that scared me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hoik. Thank you. Hi, welcome. But he was so terrified. But through the therapeutic sessions, it shows that, the shadows that you were afraid of, that's when you were a kid. You're an adult now. You're in control of your life. And you can beat the shit out of these ghosts if you want to. And then, that's just like the gist of it. Obviously, I didn't phrase it as nicely as he did. But in the end, like, he finally looked in the mirror for the first time in 60 years, and then he cried. He cried like a baby. And it was just, it's one of those moments that you're like, okay, like the psychological aspects of of humans really affects us. Not in just like a, pseudoscience kind of like fleeting kind of way. It really deeply affects us. So, thank you so much, Yamu. Wish you good luck on whatever endeavors you're embarking on. I just feel more of it. I get angry, I hold up reacting, judge myself, Yeah, I think the teacher, my mom's teacher, like religious teacher, said something, and it was like, always stop for a minute before you do anything. Stop for a minute before you react to anything. And within that, minute or just a few seconds, it really calms you down first. And then you'll do the right thing. But obviously, sometimes we fail to do that and we just go anyways. Su-chan, yahoo, hello. Oh, see ya, Joe. Thank you so much. ありがとうございます。はい。What would you say about wanting to make friends but having social anxiety? Oof. Man, low-key relate. Because, like, I know that I'm supposed to go out and socialize. Obviously, not during Corona, but, like, there's always this need to go out to socialize. Not necessarily like a socialization need, but more like a you need more connections kind of thing. But sometimes I just don't wanna. Sometimes, oh my god, it's gonna be so loud. Holy fuck, there's gonna be so many people. I don't like it. I don't feel comfortable. La la la. I don't know if you're talking strictly about like the sort of like diagnosable social anxiety, where it's like you get physiological reactions that are so severe that it hinders your socialization, or are you talking about like you get nervous around a lot of people, a lot of new people, and you have negative emotions about going there? Because if that is the thing, then I would say fuck it and just go, because that's the only way. Sometimes it's so frustrating because sometimes the best advice you get is just do it. And then you're like, no, what the fuck? I want a shortcut. Or like, I want a way that, doesn't involve me doing it completely. But the person who gives you the advice is just like, no, the only way is just do it. So it's frustrating. I completely understand that. But sometimes that's the only thing you gotta do. Approaching someone and say the first word is hard. I see. In like that would be a bit awkward, right? Like in a social, like a party or some shit. You see someone, they look pretty cool. You want to approach, but then you're like, oh god, what if they think I'm weird? What if they la 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 la? I see that. I might have to think a bit more about that to give you a holistic answer. Just wait a minute. Oh, Trilby also says the same thing. Don't talk to people. Don't club parties. Not comfortable. Interests are too niche, no one relates. Not a good talking kind of person, right? Like video games immediately shut me down when I can't talk about it. Because the one thing that generally interests me and not everyone likes. Ah, I see. Right. Always each one feels very sad, says zero. I give it the... Thank you, Finwee. Okay, so a lot of people in our chat have some socialization troubles, I guess. Hate me or avoid me, even though I don't know why. Got used to being avoided. I think it's sort of like when you're going into battle, right? So you don't just carry a sword and that's it, or you don't just carry a gun and that's it, right? Because a gun could help you, but if it's too far away, or if there's like too many people and your rounds are limited, then you need like a grenade or something, right? But you don't just go on the attack, you also need defense, so you also need like a bulletproof vest. So the people who go into battle, they wear a bunch of these like, gadgets and suits and all these stuffs to maneuver through situations smoothly. Because different things are going to be thrown at you and you need a tool to deal with all of them. Hi Bean. So, hi Hina. So, I think it's the same with I can never say that word. Socialization. And especially for us introverts, right? We gotta be a bit more like deliberate in our preparation for communication. And I think a few of those tools that I could think of at the top of my head, first of all, is the tool called Nobody Gives a Fuck. And this tool is basically realizing on a sincere level that nobody gives a fuck about us, right? If I go out there and embarrass myself, something like, for example, I fell down a skateboard and my face landed down and it's stuck into a piece of gum and everyone in the park looks at me, right? For me, that would be like the biggest blunder of my life, and I'm never gonna live it down, and everybody is gonna hate me. I'm a fool in the eyes of the universe and the world. For a kid or a girl that I'm interested in, even at the park, who saw me doing that, it would be like, holy shit, this is so funny, I'm gonna tell all my friends, and tomorrow I'm gonna forget it. And that's it. And her entire life is going to be filled with her own troubles and her problems, and she's gonna be haunted by her own blunders, and nobody gives a shit about me. So the worst thing that could happen when you come up to somebody in the party and you say some stupid shit is that for a few moments they're like amused and like, Lamau, that dude is fucking weird. And then tomorrow they're gonna forget it. And they're gonna be haunted by their own problems and their own blunders and their own awkward moments, and they're not gonna give a shit about you. Right, so I guess that's probably why death is sort of cool as well, because whatever the fuck you do, one day you're gonna die, and 200 years later, no one gives a shit who you are and what you did, right? Unless you're like a huge, historical figure or something. But even then, you're not even alive to bear the awkwardness or the shame. Right? And that's not to say, go out and do some genocide, but I'm saying with our socialization blunders, no one gives a shit. Okay? And another one that is good is just pretend like you're confident. And it's one of those fake it till you make it kind of thing. Which is cliche, but it works. There are a few psychological things you could do as well. First of all, you take up a lot of space, and that doesn't mean T-pose in the middle of the party, but I mean, stand up straight, shoulders back, okay? Walk normally, do not walk fast, increases your heart rate. This is some biological shit that you could use to increase your stuff. Talk a bit louder, okay? And just act like physiologically like a confident person. If you're on a sofa, stretch yourself out a little bit. That doesn't mean, man spreading. No, but, just sit comfortably, okay? Talk slowly, calmly, and listen to other people. I think listening is really good because you don't have to be good at talking to be good at talking. Sometimes being good at talking is being good at listening. So if you say, I can't really think of topics, my interest is only in video games. What you can try to do when you're approaching a person, you could be like, you could pick one part about them that you like, very specific part. You could be like, what I do is if I see a person, let's say a girl, that I was like, yo, she's pretty cute, let me talk to her. I'm not gonna say, hi, I think you're pretty cute, so blah, blah, blah. I think you're pretty cute is okay. That line is okay, but it's not good enough, right? You gotta pick one specific thing. For me, it could be like, yo, so I saw you across the table, and I just gotta say, geez, I love those earrings. I don't know where she get those, but I love it, the style, the design, blah, blah, blah. And she's gonna be so flattered, right? Because you're actually pointing out the specific thing to compliment. You're not just like an umbrella kind of, you're cute. Yeah, you're cute. Then she would appreciate that, and then you guys could talk about that, and then she could talk something about herself, and then you follow up questions. You don't have to think of topics. Carry a gun with me at all times. No. Were you nervous when you started doing karaoke, Crow? I am nervous. I think I'm way more nervous doing karaoke in front of you guys than just singing normally, obviously. But yeah, and I'm so embarrassed as well when I sing off tone. But I still keep it up there anyways because I'm in this progress of learning to accept the fact that I'm not shit and, you know, I'm not perfect. I make blunders and yeah, just gotta accept that. Sometimes I sing off key and that's the reality that I gotta live with. Why are you trying to become friends with people that don't have the same interests in you? I guess his problem that he said is that he's too much of a minority in terms of his niche and his interests. So, you know, if he wishes to become friends with anyone at all, then he might have to learn to compensate with the you know, interest department. I try to make friends once you find out they don't have. Okay. Having to fight games, Johnny says. Hateful presence, but in reality, I'm honestly really kind. When somebody says they're one way, don't listen to them. Usually they forget my name or just only talk to me once or twice. Maybe that's because you say you're a really kind person. What do you guys usually talk about? Because I think a lot of us, when we talk, we usually talk about ourselves. I would know, I'm a narcissistic streamer. But, you know, that is a really good way of turning people off, is to talk about yourself. Right? So just droning on. And I see a lot of guys do this. More guys than girls. Because I guess, you know, there's like this inherent need to show off, to try to, like, you know, prove that you're worth their time, or prove that you're la la la, or, you know, just trying to, like, enlarge your pee-pee and your presence in front of other people. But that's the easiest way to turn people off, and it is to talk about yourself. As weirdly as that sounds, you should always talk about them. You should ask questions. And then they ask you questions, then you talk about yourself. Don't just go in and, you know, I see this a lot of times when I'm streaming too, right? When I'm streaming like a game, and then one dude's like, yo, I finished this game in la da la da la da. Yeah, sure, you know, maybe you gain like 1 or 2 points in people's minds, like, okay, this guy's good at the game, but you lose about 3 or 4 points about this guy's being a douche, and he shows off, and he only talks about himself, this narcissistic fuck. So, you know, when you do that, it's a like minus social points. so don't do that. Why would I socialize with people I give no care about? Why would you? I don't know. Why would you? But there is a cool side to interacting with people that you don't usually interact with, and it is that you know more about yourself and the parts of you that you never shed light on, right? Because the more types of people that you interact with, the more you understand how you would react to different types of people. So, for example, if you never interacted with a jock kind of type, right? You've always been in like your nerd little group. You've never interacted to a jock type. Maybe it's because you have some inherent like dislike for those people. And why do you dislike those people? Is it because of your core values? Is it because their existence threatens your existence? Like, for example, you never go work out, and they always work out every day, and then they look like, you know, ripped as fuck, and they get all these girls, and you don't, and you're like, oh my god, I fucking hate that, I'm insecure, they make me insecure, I don't want to interact with them. But instead of just keep doing that, how about you interact with them, 1 or 2, and then surprisingly, they're not as bad as you think, and you're like, oh shit, so I'm not hating the person, I'm hating the thing that they have that I don't, which then you can start to go on to decide, oh, then how about I acquire the things that they do, because I secretly am jealous with them, and then you just, you know, you get, you take what you get from those interactions, and you know more about yourselves. And that's just an example, obviously, but like, you know. The reason why no one listens to me, even as a friend, is because I'm quite boring. I never have anything interesting to talk about. I'm quite boring. That's a... Huh. Let me think of a boring person right now. I don't know, Pingwee. You don't seem very boring to me, actually. Like a fool talking to someone trying to socialize. There was one time I did a IQ test. She read my thesis report. You're not stupid. You're just weird. What a cool teacher. Just saying that your student is weird. What the hell? I mean, Dark Souls more. I just want to recommend and get recommended and generally geek out. Like you want to talk about game shit basically, right? I got here hella late. Yeah, Berserk, hello. Yeah, but I think that's the point though, is that, you know, we're usually in our comfort zone. Like right now, I think this channel right here generally is a comfort zone, right? Because we are introverts who like to stay at home, watch YouTube or, you know, VTubers. We like to play video games. We like to talk about memes. So we are in our comfort zone right now. But sometimes you gotta step out of that comfort zone in order to grow. Because you don't grow within your comfort zone. You never grow inside your comfort zone. You only grow when you face the chaos outside of the comfort zone. And then you get bruises, you get beaten down, and then you grow from there. It's sort of like a tree. You know how trees, like if you ever take care of a tree, what you gotta do is you gotta cut some of its branches. And from those cuts, they grow back stronger than before. The non-comfort zone is boring. Well, you could try to think, like, is it really boring, or is that my emotional reaction to it? Because there's a lot of times, here's something interesting. People who are not attracted to each other, and say that, you know, sometimes you go on a date with a girl, and the girl goes back to her friends, and her friend's like, yo, like, how was he? And then she was like, he's a little bit boring, right? But this guy's not boring. This guy's so not boring. This guy's he's got a full PhD doctor. He's like super cool, super nice, super kind, awesome dude to be a husband, right? But she's like, he's a bit boring. But sometimes it's not the guy that's boring. It's just the girl's complex building up to the fact that people like this guy will be categorized as boring because he's lacking in some sort of thing that she likes. And sometimes that sort of thing doesn't even have to be a good thing. So it could possibly be the same with this. You know, like maybe outside the comfort zone, you know, there are many interests, like the music people, for example. Trilby might not be interested in those music people, even though they're not boring. Right? Because, you know, they're super cool with their music. They're actually cultured in music. They're talented, la la la. But it's just because, like, it doesn't have the thing that you specifically like. Then you deem them boring within your own lens. But they're not really boring. And I guess part of this is to sort of, not really force yourself, but allow yourself to immerse into a different type of environment and trying to be open-minded about it, you know? And being like, okay, before I deem you guys boring, let me just sit here for a while. See how things goes. And learn a bit about myself, and then I'm gonna yeet. And I think if you think that way, then no place is really boring. You know, even nothingness is informative, because it's informative of what it is not. So, joining this community was getting out of my comfort zone. Cool. Is life living, or is living life? Hi, Kitnu. Nice profile picture. I've been at parties. They aren't scary. They're fucking boring. Well then perhaps, you know, you're more into the one-on-one type of interactions. And if you're into that, then there we go. That's your plan now. Just go ask out somebody one-on-one and have some deeper connections. Non-comfort zone is like walking into a Dark Souls, but yeah, absolutely. You can look for D&D group or churches, many. Yeah, absolutely. There is, you know, parties are not the only place to interact with other human beings. Absolutely. Put on a mask and web novel and socialize with your fans. You know, like, just doing this streaming thing, I meet a lot of new people, you know, like you guys. And that's also interactions, you know? And you get to see different people, different complexes, different reactions to different things. And you're like, oh, this is really cool. I didn't know that people like this existed. Or that people like this are going to act like this when I do this. And I think the main thing to really make anything interesting is to look at yourself when you react to it. That means, for example, if you're in a theater, right, and you're watching opera, and you're like, holy fuck, this is boring, then don't just stop there. Okay, actually sit there and be like, okay, wait, why do I think this is boring? And then actually analyze yourself, like, okay, so what type of music do I like? Oh, it has to have this, it has to have that. If it is this way, then I don't like it. Is it about the fandom that's associated with it? That's like a trick, right? You make anything not boring by making it about yourself, inside yourself only. Don't talk about the two other people. You might become like self-centered fuck. But it's like an advice that my mom gave. Always look within yourself in any situation. And then you'll learn more about yourself, and it'll become fun. I've become a great listener. Unfortunately, I still can't tell a well-worded story to save my life. How do I become a good storyteller? That's a good question, actually. I don't think I'm a good storyteller to actually help you with that. This stream makes me reflect so much. I already feel I said no. It makes me think. That's good. I love that. How's life treating you? It's treating me fine. Why are social pressures still hard to deal with? It's really hard to deal with because we're social animals, I think. Right? So humans in the past, we always existed as groups, still now, but it was more apparent in the past because we had tribes and we had hunting groups and we lived together, and nature is scary. So if you are out there alone, you're pretty much dead, right? If you're just living out in the wild alone, you're gonna die. So that's why we have such an innate and instinctual sort of urge to follow the group, to belong somewhere, to be accepted. And that's, that's like a, what is it called? Survival instinct. Right? We need that. We need to belong somewhere to feel like we're safe. And even though right now, you could totally just shut yourself in, not talk to anybody, not have any connections. If you have money, then technically you could survive. But the emotional tax of that is still following the old ancient roots of the caveman who will die if left alone without his tribe. So that's why, it's like that. That's why you have such pressure to belong somewhere, and that also means that if you don't belong somewhere, it hurts a lot. It's not that it hurts because it's sad, but it hurts because it is your body and your system telling you that you are in the danger zone and your survivability is getting critically low if you keep going on this trajectory. Like, for example, you shit yourself at a party, right? You shit yourself at a party, and now your system is telling you, holy fuck, everybody's gonna hate you, they're gonna run away from you, they're gonna be scared of you, you're gonna be left alone, you're not gonna belong anywhere. You're gonna be left alone in the dark, in the wild, you're gonna die, wolves are gonna kill you. I know it sounds exaggerated, but that's the way that our system talks, right? Still in this ancient way, this caveman way. And what it does is that it pushes, physiologically, it pushes neurotransmitters within your brain. It pushes, let's just say, chemicals in your body to give you a physiological reaction of embarrassment, of a red face, of sweating, of feeling bad, of cowering yourself, of, doing all these stuff to warn you. Okay, it's not to warn other people. You being embarrassed doesn't warn other people. It warns you that what you're doing is not good on a social level, and it might lead to you being left alone in the wild. So yeah, based on the true story. Love that answer. Happy that I randomly joined. Wait, are you new to this channel? Oh shit, that'd be really nice. Viewer chat kind of helps Dealing with social anxiety. I guess so. I mean, it could be a baby step. But it's a bit weird out there. And I think, the majority of people don't really interact like that. Because sometimes I go in a VR chat and then people are just spewing memes at each other. And just not talking coherently or like in a normal social setting kind of thing. I find the way you think extremely interesting. Oh my god! That's such a nice compliment. Thank you so much. It's like somebody complimenting your brains instead of your boobs. That's super cool. Okay, thank you so much. My question is, why don't people talk to me instead? I think it helps some things. Well, what if people think the same way you think? Then nobody's gonna talk to anybody. It's sort of like, in Vietnam, we have this story about this guy who, instead of going up to reach the fruits, he just lay down under the tree with his mouth open and waiting for the fruit to fall into his mouth. Right? And there's a saying about that. And it's like, so it means just holding your mouth open and waiting for the fruits to come down to you. And it's a negative sort of sentence. And basically, you gotta be more proactive. And when you're more proactive, I'm telling you, when you're the one who approach people, just you approaching them is gonna give your system a confidence boost. Because you're telling yourself that I'm not afraid of this. No, I'm not the passive party here. I'm the active one. I'm going out to talk to people because I'm not afraid of them. Right? Whereas you're only staying there and being the passive position, then you're telling yourself that, oh, no, I'm not strong enough to go outside there and to interact with people. If they come, I'm going to deal with them, but I'm not going to go out there. So it could be easier. Obviously, it's easier. But if you do that a lot, then you're telling yourself that, oh, I'm just passive. Fuck this shit. I'm not strong enough to be the active role. I've been here and there things to see. Oh, sea tactics. Oh shit. Hey, nice. This is the first time I've just chilled in the stream. Thank you. I'm super happy. How's C doing, by the way? I'm a bit worried about the fact that I'm at some points smart and some points I just feel or end up making myself look like an idiot, and I feel if I'm not being consistently smart, then I'll be looked at as an idiot. Okay, Tortoise, here's what I'm going to tell you. Everybody is an idiot. That's it. That's literally it. Okay, I have known people who are extremely smart. They are like fucking savant, okay? Savant level smart at some things, at a lot of things even. But in very many ways, they are complete idiots. And that is fine. You know why? You know why that's the case? We don't live forever. Okay? We have to live within a tunnel vision, tunnel focus, because we can't be perfect. We cannot be perfect at everything. We don't have, number one, the lifespan for that shit. Okay? Let's say you live to 100. That probably gives you enough time to master at least one thing. Or maybe two. Right? And that's it. We don't live forever. We don't have time to master everything. You can be mediocre at everything. Sure, fine. Even then, that's hard. But if you want to master or be smart, like you said, at some things, it takes time. We don't have all the time. So it's not like you're lacking something when you're being an idiot at some things. That's just the default human being, right? That's just the default being, period. So don't feel bad about that. And you don't... Here's the thing. There are a few things to unpeel here. Unpeel. What a cool word. But I feel if I'm not being consistently smart, again, yeah, that is weird. If somebody expects other people to be consistently smart at all things, then that person has some expectation issues. Okay? Sincerely. If you see somebody and they seem like, oh, you're consistently smart at something, no, you just haven't known them enough. You just haven't known them well enough to know the shits that they are bad at. Okay. I'll always be, by the way, don't be afraid of being looked at as an idiot, because that is just what you are. And I know that sounds very mean, but it is. We're all idiots. Okay, we have to allow ourselves to be idiots at some things. And I think I learned this from streaming, actually, surprisingly. Sometimes I used to only play the games that I'm good at, and I only used to stream the games that I'm good at. Or I used to only sing the songs that I'm good at, or something like that. But ever since I started streaming, I realized that, I have to try a lot of games, and I suck at a lot of them, Jesus Christ. But it's fine. That's actually what I am. I've just been not looking at this right in the face. I've just not been venturing, into the dark sides, into the foggy places where I have not discovered myself. But when I discover, I'm like, oh, I'm shit at this. Voila. Why? Because I've never tried it before. It's fucking, it's basic. It's basic. It's the default being an idiot. It's just our default. We grow from there, but we are not born smart at all things. Obviously. So, yeah, don't be afraid of being seen as an idiot, because you are an idiot, and it's fine. See what I mean? Haven't spoken to him. He's the same, extremely busy. Oh, okay. Hope he's fine, though. Go do the things you enjoy. You'll find people you enjoy being around. Absolutely. That's a really good advice. Yeah. Why do you think people feel so devastated and competitive when someone else is better than them in something? That is a very good question. I know one person who is just plagued with competitiveness and jealousy. Again, the causes could be in childhood. For that person, it was full of childhood memories. Their parents never approved of them if they were anything but excellent, if they were anything but number one. And then they learn to associate number one with being loved. And so when they're not number one, they feel devastated, they feel unloved, unworthy, all the stuff. And especially when this person found someone else who was better at them in something, and their entire core values is the opposite of this person. That's even worse, right? Because it means that I have unlocked life's code by doing something completely opposite of you your entire life. So your entire life is following a wrong formula, and I'm the right one, and you are shit. So that person, when they receive that signal, they're so devastated, because not only is their achievements being, outdone, but it's also their way of life, their core values, and everything. So, yeah. So, sometimes when somebody's doing better at you in something, it's not just necessarily that you hate them because they're better at you at skiing, right? It's because the things that they embody is the opposite of you, and it might disproves your way of doing things. And especially if it's something that you do, right? If let's say Kylie Jenner, she's fucking, how old is she? 23 or something? I'm like three years below her. That is so short. And look at her. She's like a billionaire. She's a billionaire, and she's hot as fuck, and, just everything. But why don't I feel devastated because Kylie Jenner is a billionaire and I am not? Well, because number one, we're far in proximity, right? I'm not close to her. I don't have to see her every day, right? Second of all, differences in situations. Her family's completely different. She was born in a different place, everything. And then, basically, if you see yourself as so non-comparable to this person, like this person is so far from you, then you won't feel any devastation. Because at that point, it's just sort of like a peasant looking at a god. You're like, yeah, gods are supposed to have all the wine and all the bitches because they're gods. I'm just down here. Like, I don't need that shit. They deserve that because they're gods. Fuck it. So you don't think about it. But if your neighbor Joe has bitches and wine, wait a minute. We're in the same neighborhood. We're on the same socioeconomic level. Why do you have bitches and wine? Why do I not? So you sort of compare yourself to people who you think to be near your vicinity, near your level. So that's what it is. What do you have? What? Oh my god, sorry. Do you think it's inherently bad when people feel envious? I don't think it's inherently bad, because I think there's like a system within ourselves to know where in the hierarchy. Sorry for using that word, but might get canceled, whatever. But there's always a hierarchy in everything, right? In the company, there's a hierarchy. CEO on top, free intern at the bottom or something. There's always a hierarchy. So within your system, there's this hierarchy meter kind of thing to let you know where you are. And when that envious thing is to compare you. It's like a comparison tool. It's like a scale, I don't know. And then when you feel like, oh, I'm below this person, oh, I'm below that person, I'm below that person, you sort of figure out where you are on that hierarchy, and it shows you how to act, it shows you how to think, how to feel, all the pajamas. So I don't think the tool that creates envy is bad. I do feel like if you base your entire life and your entire emotions and strategies and everything based upon envy, that's bad. And I've seen it go so bad. Really bad. But yeah, I personally don't have that thing. Sometimes I do. It's not like critical for me, but just as an example, you know how VTubers are a huge thing nowadays, and there are a lot of people who go into companies, get their VTuber models, and they just fucking blow up, right? And then when I see these people, I just feel super envious. And I just feel very angry sometimes and sort of like jealous because they're getting all these numbers, right? I'm putting in the same amount of time and maybe even more and also like investments, right? I have to buy my own shit. I have to do my own shit. All these pajamas, they don't have to think about shit. They just, clock in, get the money, get the bitches. Simple as that. And then I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like that? No. But I think I feel envy because, number one, they're doing something opposite of what I'm doing. They're not going indie. Because if I see like indie people who are hugely famous, I don't feel envy at all. So, feels yeah. And then no. But here's the thing: you think they don't earn it, but that's only because you think that your way of doing it is virtuous and your way of doing it is righteous and is worthy of the money that you get. You know what I mean? Like, so hi Yuki. Nice. I like that. But I mean, like, I'm only feeling that way because I'm trying to justify to myself that being an indie VTuber is the way to get money, the rightful way, the righteous way, the moral way. And getting money or getting fame from a company is the lazy way, the shortcut way, the the unworthy way. But that's only because I'm thinking that, right? And that's my flaw. It's not inherent that is the case. So when I know that I'm thinking that, not because it is the reality, but it's because it's what I programmed myself to think in order to protect my own ego and my own way of living and my own existence, then I know, oh, right. So it's not really like that. It's just an emotion that I built for myself to protect myself. And then let it go. And obviously it resurfaces again because it's not going to go away just because of that. But it helps when you know why you're feeling something. Do I have the right to be angry to a person who forces me to do something they can't or weren't able to? Very specific. Here's the thing. Do I have the right to be angry? Why do you have to ask that? If you're angry, then just know that you're angry. You don't need permission from someone to feel a certain way. If you could say, like, is it right to feel something? then still, you know, there's not really a right or wrong sort of thing. You just feel something, you feel something. But if you ask, why do I feel angry to a person who forces me to do something they can't afford even be able to grade? Very specific. But do you have like can you like explain it a bit more specifically rather than like, you know, because I'm not really knowing what it is. If someone you know the envy is much more painful, close friend, I just feel like a dick. No, yeah, absolutely, because like I said, psychologically, people who are closer to your proximity, closer to your socio-economic situations, those are the people, you know, like your neighbor Joe, that's what I said. Those are the people that you compare yourself to the most because they are sort of on the same playing field as you. So if they get way more than you do, then there's something wrong. There's something unfair, there's something you're doing wrong or they're doing wrong, and your mind is going to torture you about that. But if somebody is like, you know, you don't know them, they're like a continent away, and you know, they're born into royalty, then you don't give a shit if they're a billionaire, right? Because they're not on the same playing field. Forcing on me recently, staying on top of class. So is it your parents? So were your parents like not good at class and then now they're forcing you to stay on top of the class? You just can't do it. Okay, well, here's the thing. I think there's like I have not spent a lot of time thinking about this. I literally just saw this, but yeah, my parents are both graduates. Yeah. I get what you mean. Okay. So here's the thing. I think the tension that you're feeling and the reason why you're angry is because there is a conflict in values that you're holding, right? So here's the thing. What our parents hold as valuable, even if we don't logically agree with them, and we don't consciously agree with them, we can consciously be super disagreeing with them. Like, for example, Sawa-chan could be really against her parents or his parents about the fact that school is important, right? Consciously, you're like, I don't need to be good at school to succeed. You guys don't even do good at school, so therefore, this is illogical, and I don't agree with it. Consciously, you can say that. But our parents' values are unconsciously programmed into us, right? So within you, there are two voices. Consciously, you're like, I don't need to be good at school. You guys aren't even good at school. But unconsciously, there's this... Oh, arigato! Oh my god! Thank you so much! Evan! Holy shit, you got the pink one! Nice! Oh man, I would love to see the feedback picture of that one. I love the pink one. I didn't even get my own pink one. I'm saving up money, but like, geez, thank you so much, Evan. You earned this one. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anyways, coming back to the thing I was talking about. So, unconsciously though, your parents' voices are still within you. And there's a part of you, believe it or not, because I've been through this, trust me. Believe it or not, there's a part of you that unconsciously knows, or thinks, thinks that education is important and you should be staying on top of class. And that's just the result of absorbing your parents' lectures. Trust me. Okay? Source, trust me. But, so what that means is you're at like this, what is it called? This, there's a word for it. I forgot about it. But there's a tension. There's a conflict between what you do and what you think or what you believe. So if you completely and wholeheartedly and even unconsciously and consciously know that education is not important, that staying on top of class is not important, then even if your parents say this, you wouldn't feel anything. Okay? You wouldn't feel angry. You wouldn't feel wrath. You wouldn't feel sad, anything. Because you know, and you think that you know, that education is not important. Okay? But I fear that within you, there is a part of you who actually believes that education is important, that staying on top of class is important, but you're not doing that, right? So your action is in conjunction, is not in conjunction with your beliefs. So that's where the tension comes from. And you are torn between, what do I do? If I accept that my belief is right, then my actions are wrong. If I accept that my actions are right, then my belief has to be wrong. But either way, you're losing something, right? So if you commit to the fact that education is not important, and then you keep on failing at class. You're not failing, I know, but let's just say, you keep failing at class to follow your belief that education is not important. Then, okay, but then you fail at class. But then you have this unconscious belief that class is still important. So it's hard. On the opposite side, if you try to change your belief that education is, if you try to keep your belief that your education is important, then you have to change your action, which means try even harder and harder and harder until you get better at it. Right? So there are gives and takes, but I think the first step is to know that within you, because of your parents' belief, there is a part of you that believes education is important. Right? So that is why you're feeling angry. Because there's a word for it. I forgot what it is. But it just means like there's a conflict between your action and your reality versus your beliefs. What's your wisdom? I'm doing this. I've walked out with valuable knowledge. Walked out on the streams with basically nothing about whole shit. Thank you so much, Akitnu. I reflect on the KROWKO memes. Yeah, but I think I got this from a psychology class, and I think this example will make you really remember this. There's an example that my teacher gave of a girl from a religious background who lost her virginity before marriage. So what should she do, right? Because her beliefs is that virginity is important and important to keep before marriage, whereas her actions is that she's already lost it. Her actions is opposite of her beliefs. Now, she can only have two ways of dealing with this. Number one, she can change her action, but she can't, right? She's already lost it. Or number two, she could change her belief that it isn't that way. But it is hard because it's, sometimes it's deep rooted in you. Literally teary-eyed right now. Oh, there, I got you. It's always, it's natural, really. It's really natural to tear up when you're reflecting upon yourself, because sometimes we keep things so deep inside our hearts that it hurts when you pull it out. And you might feel like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I'm such a fool. Like, why am I crying about this? Like, it's super normal. It really is. And sometimes you feel, when you really listen to yourself and when you reflect to yourself, you finally feel heard and understood and finally seen for the first time, like naked, like as you are. And that really touches, It's not just about me saying something to you. It's about you realizing something about yourself, It's like you have this little you kept in the dark and suppressed all this time. And now you're finally pulling the curtains apart and looking at her for real. And then you're like, oh my God, like I finally see you and I finally hear you and what you've been screaming out this entire time. And yeah, finally. And then the hidden person finally feels like, oh my God, you finally found me. Yes, I've been here this entire time. It's been hurting so much. Thank you for understanding and discovering me. And so, you cry, obviously. It's an emotional time, so. Yeah. Yeah, so I think, I don't know, man. As Salatan said, just try your best. Really, just try your best. And if you want to, you can have a mature sit down with your parents. And I find this very useful. I usually have these with my mom. because she's not as emotional as my dad. But, you know, really sit down and be vulnerable with your parents. And be vulnerable, but be mature and self-respecting and also respecting them. And you gotta have like a civil conversation. And you gotta be like, okay, mom, dad, I really understand that you want the best for me. I understand this to the deepest of my core. There's nobody who wishes the best for me more than you do. And you do everything for me. And I really, really appreciate that. And, you know, I love you for that. Say that, right? Because that's true. It's true. You're not, you know, kissing their ass. That's just true. And then you can say, I know that you really value my education. And I know there is value to it. But I've been trying my best. And I've been really struggling. And it seems like my results are not going up. You know? And I would really love it to go up. You know, but it's hard. And if only you could give me some time or some patience and just understand that I'm trying my best. But, you know, shit's hard. Yeah, and then just have a open chat with them. And I bet they will have an open chat with you. If you're calm, you don't accuse them of anything. Right? The easiest way to shut people down and make them defensive is accuse them of something. Don't accuse them of like, you guys don't even graduate. You're telling me to get straight A's. You don't make sense. Like, don't say that. Just be vulnerable. Be open. Be vulnerable. They're gonna be the same to you. Thank you so much, Tortoise. I hope you the best. And may us know ourselves a little bit better every single day. Hard-headed sometimes. That's true, yeah. Find time to open more. I think you gotta be ready. And you also gotta be ready to cry in front of your parents, because that's usually what happens. You gotta be ready for the emotional shit to happen. But, you know, just taking the step to saying that to them is already making you a bit stronger. You may cry, like sometimes at the beginning, but it's fine. It's fine to have emotions, right? And they should know that the most because they're your parents. They've seen you through every stages of your life. So, it's okay. And I think it's sort of like standing up to the monster within you as well, because if they are the cause of, you know, your conflict, then you standing up to them and talking to them directly, not standing up like, fuck you, you know, like not like that, but actually talking to them and understanding their mindset as well, then you might get some sympathy as well. Because, you know, I think your parents might be like, yeah, but since we didn't graduate, we are not doing the best that we can right now financially. And so we think, you know, for you to have a happy life and a stable life, you got to do something better than us. You know, something like that. I don't know. I'm just guessing, but do you think children find ways to brace themselves when the parents aren't able to do so? Oof, I think they do, but it's a lot less stable than what parents are supposed to do. Like, you know, there are many people who I know with broken homes, and some of them turn out fine, or at least fine as I see them, because I don't know them very well, or some of them turn out not so fine, because instead of their parents raising them, there were people on the streets who raised them. There were, you know, gangs who raised them, people without their best interest in mind who raised them. And friends raise each other as well, right? So you mess with the wrong group and then you turn out crooked. But yeah, I guess, you know, parents aren't perfect. And that's why, look, she has two. Yes, I have two eyes. Look at, yeah, I'm not missing one. I just hide it. I'm late. Yes, you're very late. It's fine though. But yeah, I don't know. That's why it's like hard to be a parent, and you really gotta. I think it's a Herculean task to have a kid and raise one. I think my parents were beating me up as a kid. Why is that? Late students will be spanked. Bánh bao is the lớp phó kỷ luật here. I'm late too, you know. Oh no, if you're the spanker, who will spank you? Oh no. You beat hard or just spanked? I don't know, man. Like, the people who are beaten, they usually come out fucked up in some way. There are ways to teach children without beating them. You know, beating them is just like an outburst of emotions, and I wouldn't say it's the best way to teach something. Like, even teaching dogs, dude. Nick, you shouldn't beat dogs to teach them not to poop somewhere. You use positive reinforcement with positive outcomes, not positive reinforcement with negative outcomes, right? People, I guess, I wouldn't say, yeah, people and dogs, you know, they learn better and more positively with positive stuff. The parents aren't good. Good people, children, or more specifically me, make our own morals, codes, and raise themselves to be the best human. I mean, you have to, right? But yeah, I guess, you know, the ideal would be having good parents. So that's that. I wouldn't say it's preferable, you know, to raise yourself. But yeah, because sometimes, you know, we're young. How old is the kid new? I don't know, but I'm saying all the time, just at the right time. Try to live the best way I can while I'm here. Well, that's a good goal, I would say, right? Like, we're all trying to do that. Did they punch? Oh my god, jeez. I wouldn't say they punched him, jeez. Who punches their child? I don't want to ask. I don't want answers to that. I don't want to listen about them, but jeez. Yeah. When he's grown being a dick because his parents is too nice with him. Yeah, being too lenient. I wouldn't say too nice, but too lenient to your kid definitely ruins them, and that's a disservice to them. You're actually doing bad for them. You know, when I see people who can't control their kids, I'm like, don't have a kid. Don't poop one out if you can't control it, my guy. I'm not saying like control, like put it on a leash, right? But I'm saying like teach it to be an acceptable citizen. And Jordan said, if you don't educate your kid to be socially acceptable by the age of 4, you're fucked. And I absolutely see that. That's true. So it's reasons my grades are dropping steadily because you're not being beaten. Children with good parents are just too childish. I don't think so. I really don't think so, because good parents are the ones who prepare their kids for the hardships of life. I think maybe the phrasing might be different. Maybe you're talking about like parents who are sheltering their kids, or, you know, like parents who don't let their kids see any hardships in life, see any gruesome things, or they're just like always pampering their kids. Then yes, those children will be unprepared for the realities of the world. But I don't think good parents do that, because good parents are the ones who prepare their kids for the ugly things of the world, but not in the way of beating them. That's also not good, I would say, right? Helicopter. What the fuck is that? Strong word. I don't know what he means. Yeah. Once your puberty gets strong enough to suplex your dad. No. Jeez. Always mind your business while traveling. Be sure to have food, exercise often. Learn the roots of your behaviors. Absolutely. Yes. Never let your traumas, fears. Absolutely. From my experience, other children seem to exploit their parents even when they're good. No, yeah, that's why I'm saying, because being a parent is a Herculean task, and you have to really be good at what you do in order to teach your kid to respect you, but also to make their own decisions, right? It's a fine line, and it's hard, and you have to do that until they're 18. Holy fuck. 18 years of that? Oh my god. Dude. But yeah, it's hard to do that, but I think it is doable. I've seen people do it. So, こんにちは、ソイチさん、よほー。今回はね、登録者さんにアドバイスをあげるっていう配信をしてます。はい。いろいろなライフアドバイスみたいな感じ。うん。Nick is here, yes. Yes, Nick na through here, yes. I'm here. Hello, S19. Hello. Yeah, so I'm thinking of doing this long stream. My throat is dying. So early, jeez. Mogu mogu. Hello, Path. I'm winning against a bunch of 9-year-olds in a basket match. 9-year-olds. Nick streams back in the day. This Mega Mit. Oh, that's adorable. I think they're married now. Nick and his girlfriend are married now. That's adorable. What a... It's like that song. Reunited cause it feels so good. Reunited and we understood. We're married now. This is so adorable. This is okay. W in the chat. That is a big fat win in the chat, boys. Big fat life goals in the chat. Show them the real world in Rainbow and Sunshine. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Solatan, for coming over. Really wish you the best of luck with your endeavors, and hope we know ourselves a bit more every single day. Thank you. Thanks for sharing, by the way. No, it's not easy. The only reason to beat my child, if I have one, that is find out if my child beats or bullies other children. I mean, I think if you don't beat your children, then it's very likely that they won't beat other children. You know, because the ones who beat other people are the ones who were beaten before. So, don't beat your child. Period. Hi, Joe. You can still punish them, you know, but like in other ways, not physically. Congrats on the marriage. In a stream with 15 people in it. It's so small compared to his streams. Yes, Nick, that's absolutely what it is. A strong person who smiles and walk forward, even with the hardships of the world. Takes real balls. Kids are too smart these days. If I hit one, they would get me jailed. They know their privilege. Yeah. Yeah, just don't hit them. Just don't. And if you're not ready to have one without hitting one, don't have one. Man, I know it's like the other day we had this this conversation with Albert in the controversial topic stream. Get cancelled speedrun any percentage stream. But there was this question about if there was a quiz to see, like a test, to see if you are ready to have a kid or not, will you implement that on the whole world? And then I was like, yes, And he was like, no, you're actually taking away their God-given right, their human right to reproduce. But am I bad for thinking that fewer people should have children? Like some people just shouldn't have children? Am I bad for thinking that? Okay, then I'll be bad. おやつもぐもぐしながら来ています。おやつをもぐもぐしてる？いいね。私も欲しいおやつ。うん。今はもう2時かな。午後2時。Take away the PS4. No Mountain Dew for 2 days. No, only pancakes with no syrup. Oh shit, Moose, that is such a good question. What do you think about men being emotionally vulnerable with their GFs and wives? Is there a point when you're too emotional? Damn, that is such a good question. That is a really good question. I would like to see Nick's perspective on this one as well. Being a married person, I can handle the GF person, but I have not been married, so maybe Nick would like to share his view there. I think this really depends on the GF that you're with, because some people are very forgiving and very open to these sorts of conversations, and some people are not, right? Some people are very allergic to seeing any type of emotional output from their boyfriends. They exist. And some people are very understanding of it. And some people are sort of understanding of it, but to an extent. So if you're asking for like survival tips with a girlfriend, then I think you should analyze the girlfriend first to see what type she is. But yeah, I guess in a more ideal sense, I don't think there should be a problem with being emotional with your girlfriend. In fact, it's sort of the purpose of being in a relationship, and that is to have somebody who are willing to understand you or are willing to listen to you and your emotional it's not like a garbage bin, right? You don't treat them as an emotional garbage bin, but I mean somebody you could be naked with, like physically and emotionally. Although, if you're using them as an emotional garbage bin, that's bad, right? If you're like, oh, she's my girlfriend, she has to understand all of my emotional issues. No, that's not what it is. And or like, she has to listen to all my troubles, she has to do, no. Okay, you gotta treat them like you would treat a friend, or like even sometimes as a stranger, because if it's too impolite, or if it's too like exploitative, like why would you do that to your girlfriend? You're right, there are many people out there who shouldn't be friends. Yeah. Cool, there's a Japanese person, test your Japanese skills. I know that person. Then you yourself is a garbage bin. No. I don't mind people being emotional. I don't like seeing people seeing me being emotional, even when I know that. I mean, yeah, we're just not comfortable with being shown as weak or something. I completely understand that, but sometimes you gotta cry in front of your parents a few times to really break that mold, and sometimes you need that, right? Because if you're so afraid of being seen as weak, you're probably weak. So, just cry in front of them sometimes. Just exercise, and then realize that, hey, it's not the end of the world if I cry in front of my mom. It's not the end of the world. And it isn't. Just do it. Get over yourself, man. Yeah. But I do see a lot of the times that dudes have to suppress that more, and I'm seeing this with the way that my nephew is being being raised as well. Because sometimes, he start crying, and then adults would be like, oh, what the fuck, you're a boy, don't cry. And every time I hear that, I'm like, what? Are boys not allowed to have emotions? What the fuck? So I think it starts when you're young. And if I were ever to have a kid, and if I was ever good enough to have one, I would not discourage it from showing emotion, but I would learn it, like I would teach it how to control it. But you shouldn't tell a boy that, yo, what the fuck? Like, you fucking pussy, why are you crying? Like, what? Are they not supposed to be humans? What the hell? Are we supposed to just, like, rip off their emotional system? Oh, that's adorable, Nick. That's adorable. It's sort of like a... Oh, that's... Oh, I'm just imagining it. It's so cute. That's so cute. I mean, was you took advantage of a close one. You're so-called emotional garbage bin. Then you are garbage. Oh, I see. Yeah, absolutely. From things fall apart... Spent his whole life being strong, eventually led to him killing himself instead of facing defeat to live. Yeah. And I have a lot of, like dudes friends, like male friends, and they all have the same problem. They all have the emotional suppression problem. They all have the I have to look macho problem. I cannot cry problem. And it breaks my heart. It really does. Like, I just talk to them like, yo, just tell me what's wrong. It's fine. It's fine to be emotional. And they're like, no, dude, I'm a man. What the fuck? And I'm like, what? Bitch, as if I care about your balls. Fucking cry, bitch. God damn. Trying to be macho and shit. Fucking, Coco, what are the reasons they were crying at their parents? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude. If you're like crying and your parents says something and you feel bad, just fucking express your emotion, man. The fuck? Are you not allowed to cry now? What, is there like a mandate? If you have a penis, you can't cry. It's like you can only have one of the two. If you want to cry, you can't have a penis or something like that. Like, what? That makes no sense. I'm undoing the fallout through therapy. Nice. Even in society, men are allowed to cry. They're inconsistent in practicing that. Yeah, no, I get that, right? Because it's like, oh, but now you're too weak. Oh, you're such a pussy boy. Or something. But I feel like it's more men doing that to men, no? Is it? I mean, yeah, I guess there are girlfriends who are like, what the fuck, Patrick? Why are you crying, Lamau, you pussy? But there are understanding people out there. Feminists nowadays look so surprised when male gender cry, like, men have emotions. Bro, we're built the same. That's the funniest part, right? Because they think that we are built the same. But when like, we are the same, they're like, huh? I cried through my penis. But I don't want them to worry about my problems. Again, I'm saying, it's like a fine art, right? A balancing act. Sometimes there are some things, like, I would say, emotional concerns that would affect your relationship. Then you should open up to her so she knows. But I was crying on my mom and I talked about my work. Jesus wept, so men are definitely allowed to cry. We don't know how to react when males show emotion. I don't know, hug him. What the fuck? Why is it I don't understand that. And she would stay over at my house for over a month. I'd cry too if I realized I spent $100 on a keyboard. Man, then everyone here would cry, I feel like. Dude, there was like a viewer in our channel who has like 5 or like 10 keyboards for no fucking reason. And then when I asked them, they were like, cause I like the style. And there's like one difference in color and they had to buy it. And I'm like, and you guys complain about being broke. This is what you're investing in? Keyboards? Cried a few times by myself. I don't think I would just tell people I cried a few times, at least in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I guess here's the thing. the thing that makes you attractive as a dude isn't your emotions, like at least your vulnerable parts, you know? I guess that's the reason why, because it's like, you know, the things that make dudes attractive, generally speaking, is, you know, like obviously physical stuff, career stuff, personality stuff, humor, you know, and being emotional, or in this way negatively emotional, like, you know, crying a lot or whatever, isn't on that list. So when you're doing it, it's sort of like a equal amount of like, or a little bit lower amount of like, if you're, you know, depending on what girl you're talking about. So, you know, that's probably why people aren't super welcoming of that. But again, I think we should learn to accept that humans have emotion. And yeah, it's pretty simple, I guess. Just don't be a dick. Male that spend a fortune on tech is the equivalent to female buying a ton of cosmetics and clothing on a society point of view. Yeah, but at least clothing and cosmetics get you laid. I'm sorry, is that too straightforward? At least that gets you a date. No, because here's the funny thing though. Here's the funny thing. You guys, right? I'm just talking from a girl's point of view. You guys spend a lot on that shit, on like your keyboards and shit, and then you wonder why you don't got a girlfriend. But you complain though. No. If you wonder why, that's fine. Maybe you don't know. But you complain though. You're like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I have a huge PC, best tech ever, awesome keyboard. I dress like a hobo. I don't give a shit about my appearance, right? I don't buy her dates. I spend everything on my computer, and she doesn't want to suck my dick. You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? Yeah, T, that's true. What guy thinks that? Oh, more than you think. Trust me. Like, when I do this shit, I know. I'm drinking milk, by the way. Soy milk. I milked those soy boys. No. Gamers and streamers are different. Streamers are different, by the way. If they get the dough, they're getting the girl because they get the dough, right? Because they're talented and they work hard, and that's a good trait. But if you're just like, you're doing this shit for the hobbies, right? And then you're just putting all of it into it. I'm saying, if you don't invest into dating, you don't get shit out of dating. That's it. You know, if you don't increase your, I don't know, attractiveness in the market, don't complain when you're not, you know, hot on the market. That's all I'm saying. Titty milk. You can get other electronic devices to please women that aren't keyboards. To show the stupid man bun soy boys. I wore tour event dated a lot regardless. Can't show you with it. I guess I didn't like it. No. That's still something. That's still a style, okay? Tore up rock shirts and blue jeans, that's a style. And if you have that like grungy, like bad boy look, people fall for that shit. Alright? But I'm saying, people date people who have no interest in their interests? No, people date people with interest in their interests, but I'm just saying, it's just weird when you don't do something and then you complain why you don't get the achievement, what is it called? The prizes of that thing. Right? You know what I'm saying? It's not just about dating, you know? If some person never diets or never works out and then just sit there and be like, why the fuck am I fat? It's so unfair that I'm fat. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? People interested in that things that should give me advice to turn him back to normal. My friend turned into an e-boy. Oh, there's no advice. He's gone too far. Hi Rose, are you sleeping? Please sleep. Please keep sleeping. That's true, because I'm apparently can't just like on 20, so I hit my 30s. Yeah, I think guys in suits are hot, dude. No matter what you look like. Put a suit on you. Oh, beautiful. He went into the stories and said, "Hi, baby girl, wanna come over?" Oh, it's funny. Can't afford one. See, that's like the subtlety there, right? Because girls would be like, you know what, you look good in a suit and a Lamborghini, but the underlying fine print under that is, you look good when you're talented and hardworking enough to buy those suits and Lamborghinis. And that's the thing that's attract them. It's not the suits and the Lamborghinis. It's the implication of hard work, dedication, and talent and smartness behind the suit and the Lamborghini. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is the hack right here, boys. We're peeling off the hacker codes. I'm a nerd, but I still put effort into my appearance. Absolutely. So, the shmoneys. No, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. If I see a dude, right, who is hardworking, who is smart, and he's not rich yet, I'ma still fuck that shit. No, that sounds toxic, but I'ma still find him more attractive than the dude who isn't smart, isn't hardworking, but inherited some money. You know? Cause that doesn't show his core capabilities, right? That's just the shit that he inherited. That's not who he is. I'm not into that. And there's like actual psychological experiments done on this. Like people would rank men on the scale of like attractiveness, and it's like the guy who is smart and hardworking were smart and hardworking but poor was ranked higher than the guy who was dumb and lazy but rich. So that should show you it's not about the money, okay? Even if you don't believe that and you're like, oh, women are all like fucking gold digger. No. It's the thing that it's the what is it? The trait that predicts success that is even more attractive than money. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you the truth, okay? Latex suits. Women in suits. KROWKO really hates bitchy fuckboys. Oh no, I really do. I am allergic. I sincerely am allergic. Here's what I'm telling you, okay? If a guy goes into my DMs and be like, and shows off about himself, immediately blocked. Bye. I don't need that shit in my life. Okay? Especially if he shows off about something that has literally no impacts on life, whatsoever. Like he's like, yeah, dude, so I just got like 20 kills in this game. Yeah, it's whatever, you know, gold kills, gold damage. It's like, ha. Is that your biggest achievement? Okay, cool. Bye. You know, I love gaming. I love playing games. I feel very proud when I have like kills in games. But if you're using that to get a girl, you know. Hi, Skara, yoho. Now it's gonna become a sport to slide into my DMs and get blocked. Well, too bad. I don't accept DMs from people who aren't friends, and I don't accept friend requests, so you have to be chosen by me. That's my line. Cryptocurrency investors. No, for sure. Because we're choosing what genetics to be passed on to the next generation, right? We don't want a dumb fuck, a lazy fuck, who just happened to inherit some money. No. We need somebody who carries hard work and dedication and intelligence in their brains so we can spread that shit to the next generation. Masaru. I was chosen. Yes, you were chosen. Congratulations. You it's like Squid Game. You know, it's like Squid Game but for sperm. Sperm game. Congratulations, your sperm has passed all the challenges, and you're gonna win this piggy bank money called Next Generation Genetic Continuation. Congratulations. You have won the death game. Sperm game. Yeah, T, for sure. Clowns as fuck, dude. Clowns as fuck. And it's just so pathetic. You know, when like a dude actually thinks he has game, but all he does is shows off and gets blocked. Sad cringe. Babe, I could do a handstand for a whole minute. La Mouse. The biggest achievement in life is being a crow mod. Ladies, DM is open. See, for Bangbao, he could flex. I'm a 3D designer. Yeah, I make games as a hobby. I make some 3D models. Yeah, just look at my big brain. Oh, fuck yeah. My future big bank account. As a friend for them, I'm terrified of being a dad. Everyone tells me I'm gonna be 100% original, more confidence in it every day. Yeah, dude, just good luck with that, and hope you try your best, because we have enough fucked up children in this world, and we don't need more. Relationships suck. I think they're a lot of work. But let's be honest, everything sucks. And everything is suffering. But hey, what are you gonna do? You gotta take the good out of the bad, and you gotta soldier on and keep going. And find your meaning through life. And that's how you don't end up bitter and doomer and incel. I'm sorry, I'm being too harsh with my words, but you get what I mean. When I laugh at it is, I don't turn on comedy or meme. I log in my female Tinder. Clown. Oh, you fake a female Tinder? That's some sociopath shit, man. What the fuck? If you slide into my DMs and brag about being a VTuber, I'm gonna deck you through the screen. I'm gonna pretend that deck is like the E replaced by the I. Well, this sucks. At least people have hobbies. Rip for those who don't have any. Yeah, it's good to find some passions in life, some hobbies in life. You know, put your eggs in many baskets. So if your main job fails, you don't just end up sad. Any girl and be my girlfriend if they give me a watermelon. A watermelon? Just one? I don't even use Tinder, so I don't know what it is. I'm fine being single. I don't see reasons to change that, at least for now. This reminds me of that Brazilian model who married herself, and then literally 90 days later she divorced herself because she's like, I've found a man who's so special that I ain't married to myself no more. And it's so funny because she made like a whole thing, like a whole post, like a very woke post about, I'm marrying myself to show commitment and love to myself, and I'm, you know, like, I'm so dedicated to myself, and true love is self-love. And literally 90 days later she divorced herself to chase a man. Oh shit. No, you know, like, all luck to her. I really want her to be happy, and hopefully their marriage is good, but like, it's just so funny. Imagine catfishing. I'm too lazy to lie. To remember that BS. That's true. That's true. Why do that, right? Because you're signing up for someone who loves your catfish version and not you. My friend said the girls on Tinder are boring and basic. Here's the thing though. I was so shocked because I thought my friends were really based, and they are. But the moment I found out they were using Tinder, I was like, who are you? Are we really friends? What is this shit? But you know, sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures. Although I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't use it, so I can't tell if it's good or not. Suzuki pestering my DMs for cosplay pics if me and my ex. He wouldn't leave me until I blocked him. Yeah, some people just can't take the memo, dude. Different career paths, lol. From model to comedian in the span of 90 days. Oh my god. Well, hope she's happy though. Mario, so this sounds like a 2013 Jaden Smith tweet. How's he doing these days though? Is he still like woke as shit? He made these paper water bottles, and I used to use them when I was in Australia to try sorry guys. I've liked this girl for the longest time. I never told her how I felt since I was scared and unsure. Since COVID, I haven't seen her since, and maybe I feel like I have missed my chance. What do you think? Well, I think the best way to find out if you have missed your chance is to hit her DMs and talk to her. And if you feel like it's good, and if COVID is not bad, you can try going out with her once, test the waters. Or if COVID is still really bad, then just talk more, creep yourself in towards the relationship sort of things, see how she reacts, and then shoot your shot, man. 1 second, I'm gonna close my door. Okay. I think you should go ahead and just say it. Because you're not going to lose a friendship just because you want to fuck them. I don't know. But I think if you guys are just, you know, good friends, it's not going to be ruined just because, you know, you guys like each other. Or one of you guys like each other. Booty call dates. Yeah, I think it's like, what's the point, you know? If you want to fuck something, I don't know. It's just, what, is jerking off not good enough? I don't know. It just feels weird, like you're disrespecting yourself and the person you're fucking. If you have no connection whatsoever, you're just using each other as like a meat pillow, like a living fleshlight, and that's it. You know? True, I guess. Yeah, bruh. Go for it, bruh. You ain't gonna lose anything. But the best case scenario, though, is that you win something. Oh, yeah. You win a really pog girlfriend who's been your friend for a really long time. You know each other a lot. Yeah, you win. Win big. So, break up and remain friends. Like, what are you guys, sociopaths? I've never actually broken up and remained friends. I've only, like, bordered relationship, then didn't go into the relationship, and then remained friends. But that's just me. Yeah, I see a lot of people who broke up and be friends. It's still fine. Just jerk off. Life advice, jerk off. But yeah. Because how horny could you be? Right? How horny could you be, like, to pretend like you like someone and then fuck them one date and then yeet? How horny is that? We're pretty close. I just don't know if she's into girls too. Oh, well, you can ask. I guess that's like the easiest way to know. Just ask. Ugly bastard. Nick is here. Let's go. I Ferris. Yes, Nick is here. Hook up with new ones. My class. See if they can get along. Broke up and be friends. Yeah, I mean, high school is, high school is a mess. Now that I look back at it. But you gotta grow older to know that you were stupid when you were younger, so there's no easy way to do it. And when I was in high school, I didn't believe that I was stupid. I didn't know that I was stupid. I didn't know that everybody was stupid. But you gotta grow older to know that you were stupid before. But it's fine. It's experiences and it's good memories. The simplest way to deal with the problem is face it head on. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's such a waste of time to just sit there and overthink. And I know this because I am a chronic overthinker. But yeah, it's really a waste of time, effort, brain juice to sit around and think, oh, I wonder if they like me. Wait, they did this once, they did that once, maybe that means they like me, maybe no. Just ask them. Simple as that. You'll get your answer immediately. If you fail, you have more time to heal, pick yourself up, dust yourself out, and move on. Whereas if you're sitting there and overthinking, you're just prolonging that. And you're just putting yourself through more pain. Or in the contrary, like if they actually love you this entire time, you're just wasting time that you guys could be together, just overthinking if you should go or not. Right? So just go. Just go. The more mature, the more wisdom you're supposed to be. Yeah. Because there are many old people that I know who still don't know shit. Mr. Mystery's shooting his shot. Although I wouldn't recommend you shoot your shot in front of 19 people. This, you know what this is? I feel really weird because like a lot of people do that, like what is it? Proposal in public? Isn't that like the biggest risk you could ever take? And isn't it super uncomfortable for your partner? This just reminded me of that because like let's say I like this guy, right? And we've been dating for a while, but I'm not ready for marriage. He pops the question in front of 1,000 people with their phones out. What the fuck am I gonna say? Can we do this like next week? Or like in a few months? Like what? I can't say that. I have to say yes. And then after I say yes, he's gonna be like, okay, great, she says yes. But then in the car on the way home, I'm gonna be like, why the fuck did you do that? Now I'm viral on YouTube for being that public proposement girl, and I don't even want to get married right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I would be so awkward. I would be so uncomfortable if my, future husband does that. I'm just gonna be like, no, just don't. It might be into, yeah, so I don't know, just ask. Do that usually use the crowd to pressure the person to accept? That's high-key manipulative. That is so sad. His girl in quotes? What does that mean? I haven't seen that. You become wisdom woman in your age. Uncle gonna give you love. Wait, that sounds weirdly pedophilic. I can't tell you how many times I overthink about that, especially a soft skin about being lesbian and being hated for it. Yeah, I guess, with the LGBTQ plus community, it's a bit, harder, I guess, because it's the minority. But, again, I think the best way to grow thick skin and to grow stronger is just to fucking go for it. And that's it. I proposed roast in a movie theater, stopped the film, announced it, turns the light on. It was magical. I feel like a shitty 2000 romance movie. Oh, so Nick was one of those public proposal people. Oh, shit. Politically think the risk of her is a dick or something. I think he thought she was his girl because she... I feel it in my bones. Have you seen my drawings in Crow Image? Oh, I haven't. I think I haven't. It wasn't awkward, it worked out. No, yeah, I guess good for you guys, but like, geez. I'm saying there is a possibility, right? With a lot of people. Maybe like Nick was in this position where they've been loving each other for a long time. You know, it felt right for both of you guys. You guys are both ready. Sure, good for you. But like, I bet there are times when people aren't as so lucky. And they're not in the same position. And then, you know, like, it's just fucking... It's just... The Moti. Introverts. When they realized they had to talk to girls to get a girlfriend. Oof. They didn't plan for that. When people are being awkward and forced. Yeah. No, yeah. Exhibitionist kink. Yeah, I think like when they're forced into it. Ugh. That hurts. That hurts a lot. Oh, I can feel it in my bones. Yeah. Sorry. Yawning. KROWKO, give me a watermelon. I want it. My family does have one right now. I can't ship it to you though, cause I like it. Joe Biz, I'm the opposite of an overthinker, so I don't understand why overthinkers can't just unthink everything. Well, I think if you think a bit more, then you will be able to understand why overthinkers can't just unthink everything. Just an advice. Just think. Use coupons. You like a massage chair? I can't deal with massage chairs because they're just too like harsh on me. I don't know why some, I assume straight men, being afraid of seeing gay or doing gay oh my god, holy fuck, this was exactly my ex. Yo, seems pretty good. Yeah, no, I think like here's the thing, here's the funny thing. I had an ex who was like so allergic to gay jokes, and I always do gay jokes, you know, I'm fine with that, switching the roles, making it fun, teasing him, but every time I do a gay joke, he's like dead serious, like don't joke about that, I hate it when you joke like that. And I'm like, what the, why, you're not gay, right? And then he's like, no, I'm very straight, but I don't like being joked like I'm gay. And I'm like, okay, but what's the problem if you're not gay? And then I actually said, are you afraid of becoming gay if I keep saying those things? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, what? Doesn't that mean you're kind of gay already? Like, you know, like it's so weird. Isn't it weird? Wait, I don't, fragile sense of masculinity. Yeah, it sort of sounds like it. He does try to be very macho all the time, which is... I'd rather him be gay. Overthinkers in their brain. I'm 10 steps ahead of myself. Funny. I get noticed by my favorite VTuber because her channel is small. You get noticed by spending $100. I mean... Yeah, so it's a blessing and a curse. Our channel is small, so everybody gets noticed, but the curse is that our channel is small. And I don't get the $100 on the red super chat. He's 100% in the closet. Oh, I really hope that he comes out someday. That would be the funniest shit ever. And then he turned himself into a pickle. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen. If the word gay makes people gay, then what does that say about people who play COD? Ugh. Thank you so much, Armando. You're so nice. You should have said normal. You guys are uncomfortable with it. Gotta respect that. No, yeah, but I just feel like it's a bit weird. You know what I mean? Like if you're like, I don't know. Wait, isn't it weird? Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird though? Like, why are they uncomfortable with it? I guess it's like not imposing, but it's just weird, man. Here's something I can say though. Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys real quick. Your girl just gave you head. Okay? You unloaded in her mouth. She swallowed. Will you kiss her? Yes or no in the chat. With my guy friends all the time. I flirt with Frey Ryzen. Wait, you also watch Frey? Nice. He's kind of talking about two defensive dudes. Yeah. It's just insecurities. Like, oh well. I'm bi, so yes. Wouldn't it be weird if a straight guy made straight jokes with a lesbian friend? I don't think it would be weird. Wouldn't it? I don't know. Ask Rose. After a minute, yes, definitely. I'm friends with... Oh, shit! Holy fuck! Because he was here. I'd be more mortified. So Trilby wouldn't kiss his girlfriend after she swallowed his cum. I personally would not bust one in her mouth. Okay, even if you don't bust. She just sucked you off. Will you kiss it? I didn't hear the question. I would if I had a big pee-pee. Not really. Have a straight and we all make kind of jokes. Yeah, right? But, yeah, so I think here's the problem. I was in one of those situations, right? When we just finished loving each other. And you would think that you... Oh, Hiroya Ikuni. Oh, thank you so much. 来てくれてありがとうございました。恥ずかしい。急に切っちゃって。ありがとうございます。今日は配信してないですか？いいね。ありがとう。No, but here's the thing. Sure, I know she would do the same for me if I just eat her. No, absolutely. Yes, absolutely, right? Isn't that how you want your lover to feel? Loved? Like, if a guy eats me out, dude, I am French kissing the fuck out of him. I don't give a shit. Why would you be uncomfortable with that? And the same guy, right? The same guy who's afraid of gay shit, he didn't kiss me after doing that because he's like, that's gay. And I'm like, well, it's your own cup. It's your own shit. And it's your girlfriend. Shouldn't you, like, after you do that, you feel very vulnerable. As a guy, I'm just saying, right? After you suck a dick, you feel very vulnerable. Especially, like, if you get, like, unloaded on, dude, you're gonna feel very vulnerable. And you're gonna need some loving, right? Because that is low-key like a dirty, like, I don't know, not low class, but you get what I mean, you know? Shit that you did for this guy's pleasure. And then これから始めます。初めて聞いてくれてありがとう。本当に嬉しいです。まあ日本語がまだまだだから間違ったらすみません。文法難しいから。No, but yeah, dude, for reals? 配信楽しんでください。はい。まあ、そろそろこの配信を終わろうかなって思ってますし、時間があったら見に来ます。ありがとう。But it's just so like, you know, kawaii accent to talking about swallowing gum. The duality of Crow. No, but like for reals, what the fuck, right? Like, I would want to be loved after I loved somebody, you know what I mean? How come it's like gay to kiss your girl after she sucked you off? The fuck? Then isn't it gay to jerk off? Cause you're jerking a guy's dick off? Right? Like, what is this logic? Good Japanese, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. 配信楽しんで。ありがとう。嬉しいです。Before that, I would give her some tissue, though. I don't like my own jizz, let alone a girl who just makes snacks out of it. It's like eating someone's semen. That's so weird. Dude, when you eat out a girl's thing, she has secretion, you know? She has vaginal secretion. And that's gonna be in your mouth. What's the problem? Because I don't see any girl who has a problem with that. It's only guys. That's the weird thing, though, right? Because when I ask my girlfriends, and just girls in general, like they would definitely kiss a guy after being eaten out, but a guy wouldn't do it. What the fuck? There has to be something. There has to be something here. Bro, I drink that shit like water. See? Because, look, guys, it's not... Here's the thing. Sex isn't just about sex, okay? Sex is about accepting someone in a deeper, emotional, psychological way. You know why fucking in the mouth is a good thing? And it feels good? Because it feels like your dirtiest part is being put into this very prestigious place, very social place, which is the mouth. And you feel completely accepted. You feel like your ugliness, your demons, your horribleness is being accepted by someone and put into a place so important on their face. And that's why you feel accepted, right? You do kinky shit, you do weird shit, you show your weird shit, you're naked in front of somebody, and you feel vulnerable, but you're accepted completely. That's what good sex is. Okay? That's what it is. It's not just about fucking and getting the rubbing sensation from traction. Like from, what is it? Yeah, traction, is it? But like, why is Trilby so fucked up about it? Why is Trilby like so creeped out about this? This is what it is. No, dude, like, what the fuck? Why is everybody... Okay, here's some funny shit. I've been talking about psychology this entire time, and everyone's like, yeah, that's true. And then when I talk about sex, you guys are just like scared as fuck. Is it scary? Why is it scary? Sexual friction. But I think it's also about psychological stuff, and not about, you know... That was about earlier. Oh, okay. Jeez. You will cry since I like BDSM. Oh, that's why all the chats are burned. Oh my god. Why did Nick have to drop a bomb like that? That's some Hiroshima shit, dude. Like, yo, calm your ass. Man, that cut like a I don't even know, like a what? Like, geez, that is, Crow, me and my friends have all kinds of conversations about sex. It's a fraction of our conversation. Yeah, I think it's pretty normal. Sex and life advice is pretty different, to be fair. Is it, though? I mean, you know, people seek sex advice all the time. People inherently don't like to bring up sex in any kind of... That's not true. Holy fuck, that's not true. Did you see the amounts of dirty jokes in our chats normally? It's like If it's just dirty jokes, then it's fine because everyone can joke. But when I'm literally talking about like sex as an act, like a personal, psychological, serious act, people are like, oh, holy fuck, no, I'm not talking about. But in normal chat, can I put my balls in your jaw? Oh, look at your super cute little jiggly piezity. Oh my god, like, you know, the fuck. Would you ask your mom about sex? Am I your mom? That's not even a good comparison. Am I your mom? I'm not your mom. And dude, I even talked to my mom about that as well. It's a normal thing in life. Why are you guys scared of sex? What? Okay, fine. But I'm just saying, if you ever wonder if you heck a girl in her mouth and you just sort of go like, oh no, that's disgusting, Lamau, go wash your mouth and then we'll kiss, that actually makes her feel very sad. Just telling you. Because it feels like you're being rejected after you do something super dirty for someone. And it's not flattering. You go anywhere to speak about it, some would feel uncomfortable. I see. Interesting. I like it how people are actually like, you guys actually know more about sex, like the action of sex, than me, because I think you guys taught me about the nutcracker position or some shit. I didn't even know about that. I'm only talking about like the psychological side of it, but I feel like if people are just talking about meat upon meat action, they don't feel anything. But once it touches the psychological part of it, they're like, oh, geez, that's too real. I don't want to think about it. I just want to come. You know, like that's okay. Someone has access to say when they're young, so I don't blame them. What's your thoughts if you're getting picked up? Like kidnapped? Or like, you know, just flirted with overseas guy. I flirt with overseas guy all the time. I date overseas guy all the time, so I don't feel any difference. I actually date more overseas guy than I do Vietnamese guys, I think. So it's not just about man and woman rubbing together. Absolutely. Reaching intuition is not a pretend game, you know. Pretend game? What do you mean by that? Difference between suggestive sexual action and horny teens and adult talk and sliding in and just pure sex talk. It is just that we're too numb about it on the net. That's true. I don't know. I just think it's a normal thing. But alright, if the chat's uncomfortable, I guess. I am the servant of the people, the internet clown. So suits yourselves, I guess. To know views pogs, indeed. Do they swim here or what? I was overseas. You know, I lived overseas for a while. Would you be proud of... Oh my god, Anon is going back to his 9-year-old basketball game. Lols. Joe is like, wait, no, come back to the topic. The reaction is not unreasonable if they kind of freak out, is what I mean. So it is normal for people to freak out when talking about those stuff. Yeah, some people are sensitive to some sorts of topic. Understandable. I just hope it's not, you know, reasons that are not... I'm trying to, like, tiptoe around the word, but... because I lack any teaching when I was young, so I want others to have the knowledge about it as well. Yeah, I think it's a normal thing. I really think... Because the more you avoid it, the more you show yourself that you're afraid of it. You know what I mean? So... What are you gonna do this Christmas, Crow? Nice question. Just gonna stay home, I guess. We have a farm here. so gonna chill with my dogs and chickens. And oh, there is something happening on next Wednesday. I can't tell you yet, but when it happens, oh shit, I'm not even ready for it. So is that so? Okay, Kyoko, do you like black color? Yes, that's my favorite color. If that's so, let me put the white in your what? What does that mean? She's edging us. Oh yes, it is my favorite thing ever. A girl took initiative about the subject before they do, and some don't want to lose their faces. Possibly. I've never had sex or been in a relationship before, so this is all a lot for me. Understandable. I will take it easy, okay? Not gonna lie, I've went along with some pretty freaky stuff. Would you wear a Christmas hat or not? Yes. Let me see your dog goes, no. They're my babies. I'm not showing. What you need, not what you want. Bless thy feet. I'm not asking. Why is it saying dork? I'm gonna bonk you. Hanging on your window, Jesus Christ. Oh, you see No Way Home. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I don't even go to cinemas anymore. Man, I was so sleepy. We should do a sleeping stream. I've been designing merch these days, and I hope you guys like it. I don't know, it's a bit different from what we've had before, and a gentle reminder, merch is still available. Okay, we have our 1,000 subs exclusive merch, which is going to go away when I hit 2,000, and we have Christmas merch, which is gonna go away on January 1st. So come get your merch, man. And Evan just copped Waruiko sweater, a Christmas sweater, an hour ago. So thank you so much, Evan. What is that? What is that, Joe? Debating in my mind about quitting my job for a while. I hate it. I hate who I work with, and they hate me. But the job is all I have, paying my bills until I get my degree. Oh. Oh, jeez. Wait, you hate it. You hate them. They hate you. Oh, jeez. That's a lot of stress. I don't have any personal experiences with, working like in a public environment, I guess, like with other people, because all the work that I've done is just like doing it alone. So I don't know what to say about that. Do you guys have any because I feel like you guys have experiences working in companies or retail or such. So how about we see the chat's opinion on this? You like to draw because I put the D in raw. Oh, fuck, that's funny. Reading the comment, ponder the wisdom. Yims. I love Freeman's profile picture. You know what it looks like? It's been looking like the Hulk this entire time. And I've just always assumed it's the Hulk, but when I look closely, it's not.
Oh my god, I will stay cold so you can make hot cocoa and compliment me.
Rizakami Shiro. No? I don't. I know Frey because... Wait, is that the Frey we're talking about? 1 second. It is the Frey that we were talking about, right? So I know Frey because I was like stream hopping one night, and then I saw his stream and then hopped in, and then he hopped into my stream. Okay, Rika Kamishiro. I don't know this person. I don't know a lot of VTubers. Just spare until you can finish the degree. Times like this, better to have a job. That's true. The current financial situation in the job market. I do food delivery. Don't deal with annoying people with your trash or that can get away. You know what's funny? Yesterday, I just got somebody saying, like, they fucked up. The food delivery guy fucked up my order. This is the worst shit ever. Now we have a food delivery guy in the comments. Free fangirls over her. Oh. That's adorable. Yeah. I don't know. It's a hard decision, eh? 'Cause, like, you know, part of you is like, I gotta get out for the sake of my mental well-being, but the other part of you is like, well, what about my degree? What about the reality of my degree? And it's like, staff that's fucking with me. Oh jeez. TF2 this month. Christmas event. Perhaps. Perhaps. If we were pre-COVID season, I'd just say YOLO. Yeah. Right. Physical activities that fuck up your whole body experience. Yes. Wushu Sanda. It's a martial arts that I do. And it's just really funny because after every, session, my hands, because, you know, you gotta do a lot of punching, my hands just shake. And it's super funny because I usually eat after I do my sessions, but I just have, like, it looks like Parkinson's, and I just can't pick up the things to eat. And it's like, my hands feel completely fine, but they just can't stop trembling. And, yeah. And then my stomach, like, my stomach muscle hurts as well. Because you gotta, like, twist your body while you're punching. So. Hope something mental health is important. Yeah, maybe you should, like, apply for different places first. And then if you get, like, the thing, then, you know. Doubt I can find another job someday. Get really hard. Yeah. Sounds really stressful. Oh, Nick also used to do boxing. Super out of shape. Good incentive for me to get back to. Yeah, definitely. My whole body and soul hurts after Dommy Mommy is done with me. Jeez. Well, at least you get pleasure out of that. But yeah, martial arts is really fun. I think it's one of those, you know, get out of your comfort zone thing, and you know, I think a lot of confidence can be gained out of that. Because, you know, I'm a tiny person, you know, I look like a midget, and just to do that is like a challenge to the body and the mind, and I think it gave me a boost of confidence. So I would suggest you guys try out something like that. It's not gonna make you violent. It actually makes you less violent, actually. Yeah. Wrestling. いいね。I love tiny. Thank you. I literally did nothing. I was just born like that. Lamau. Gothic Tommy Mommy make my whole week. That's funny. Don't you love it when you get praise? I do. Good to know. Bye. It's hard when you're in a position where you want to, but there isn't a safety net. Yeah. Absolutely. It's a hard decision. Rose and I have a great sex life. You're a sadist? What? She's a masochist. Oh shit. Oh. Gotta be careful due to my size. The size difference between us is big. That's the best type, right? That's the best kind of thing. I like that. Huge dude, tiny girl. Awesome. Martial arts. Yes, Rose. Become in real life Violet. Holy fuck. You can kill them in like 12 ways if you get too rough. That's true. Ouch, that hurt. I would rather been no. Sorry, I do have a little bit of sadistic blood inside my veins. I'm sorry. I just like teasing. It's just teasing. My job's chill now. Everyone else quit except me. Rain trapping through a small tunnel. That's the best kind. Hell yeah. Hi, Orange Crewmate. Yes, I have a crow on my shoulder. I'm 6 feet 7. She's 4 foot 11. I'm 4 foot. No, I'm 4 foot 11 or 4 foot 9. I don't know, but like around that. 6, 7? What the fuck is that? That's 200 centimeters. Fuck off. That's not real. You're not 200 centimeters. Fuck off. Fuck off. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not, dude. No. Nope. Not believing that. Nope. Nuh-uh. No. Just not. Straight up, no. No cap, 0. Nah. Not happening. Not true. Not buying it. No. 200. Do you know? Do you? No, you don't. 200 centimeters. Fuck off. Isekai instead of just a trainer. One program. Walk in 12 minutes. Oh, jeez. Ugh. I could never. Oh, Rose. Don't care about other people's satisfaction. In any cases. You're not... Especially this. Like, you're torturing yourself to make them suffer. That's not a good way. That's not a good thing to do. At all. This is a certified 0 multiple. Yeah. No, not trusting that. Not one bit. Not trusting it. He's not 200 centimeters. He's not. No. No. I got the high jump centimeter. High jump centimeter. That's no. That's a whole ass 2-meter long dude. You know what? He is actually the distance that two people should keep in social distancing. That's literally it. Nick, if you lie down, that's literally the distance that people should be away from each other in this COVID time. He's the distance. Can you believe that? I can't. I fucking can't. What the hell? I'm at best 185. Really? Man, that's hot. Sorry, I have a thing for tall guys. I mean, who doesn't? But, you know. Dude, he's... What? Social distancing game. That is so weird. That can't be true. I was trying to get articulate alternatively. Almost reached Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah. I'm 5'5" and 6 feet tall people scare me. 6 feet tall people make me cream. Sorry. No more sex jokes. Get it? Fine. Sorry. One Nick equals two. Yo. Being mapped as a point of interest on Google Map. Yeah, for real. That is insane, dude. You're like 50 centimeters taller than me. Do you know what that means? You're like, he's like 4/3 of me. He's like, I think he's like 3 heads taller than me. What the fuck? Oh, he's a tribal man. What the shit? What tribe is that? Can I get a seat in that tribe? Can I get a guy from that tribe, please? To fix my genetics? It demands a landmark whenever someone turns to navigation. The boner is approaching. That is massive. That is... Jesus. Oh, sorry. No, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm hiding it. Oof. It was showing. Sorry for that. I slurp it back. Sorry. Yeah, I don't have a kink. I don't have a kink. No, I don't. No. I'm innocent. But man. Do you enjoy being humiliated? No. Absolutely not. I don't get that. I don't get, you know, like, I see these porn videos and people, it's going back to the sex thing again. Whatever. When people are like slapping their girlfriends while fucking and be like, oh, you little whore, you little slut. I hate that. If anybody does that to me, straight up, I'm gonna yeet him off the window. He's gone. Okay? No. Do not do that. That's personally me. Crouching and staying low. Yeah, no, that's not big enough of a drawback to make me not like tall people. Hi, Joe Mama, you walked into hell. What kind of man did you like? Okay, what? I thought I was giving life advice. Hair grabbing, don't that hurt? Just like, I think it's like just do it a little bit. Just not too much. Yeah, I don't like being hurt. I didn't mean that as a drawback. Right, it's a plus. You want to get pat while you get... Never mind. Here's the thing, though. Statistically speaking, taller people live shorter lives. Just saying. I'm not cursing Nick out. I hope he lives the longest life ever. I hope he lives to 200 years old, as tall as he is, right? But statistically, because your heart has to, you know, pump blood. It has to work harder because the blood has to reach further places. So. Lamati. That's funny. Okay, we have 10 minutes before we wrap up the stream, boys. So, any last words? We have 10 minutes. It's gonna be a 3-hour stream today. Jeez. Cột đỉnh hệ đèn sao thấp. Nhưng mà em thích kiểu con trai cao ấy. Cảm giác như kiểu bảo vệ, đúng không? Because I don't know, it feels like you're being protected when when you're walking next to a tall guy. I like that. I love it. I want to have to climb onto him. I want to climb on him like a koala climbing on a tree. I want to be a koala. I want to be a koala. An ex of mine tried doing that. She suddenly slapped the shit out of me. And it killed the whole mood. I was stunned, like, what the fuck? Exactly. Did you get tired faster being tall? Everyone says, as a thing to get back at tall people, my grandfather was 94, my great-grandfather was 98. Then that's amazing! Holy fuck! He got the best of both worlds. Good luck to you, man. Yeah, I think it's probably just good genetics. You just won genetic lottery, dude. Good luck for that. Definitely. Even thought of doing an endurance stream. What is that? Like, how long can I go or something? I've done a 5-hour stream before. I did a full game of one shot with like full voice acting and shit. And then I was dead after that, so. Mình lên quảng lên trời như người lớn ở trời con đi. Em thích kiểu đấy mà, đáng yêu lắm mà. I'm a short guy, building a ridiculous amount of muscles. You're like a muscly midget. That's going on my Tinder bio. Muscly midget. Women are at the perfect eye level of my breast. Motorboating noises. Did you see the video of a dude who identified? Wait, so he's short but he identifies as 6'2"? Oh my god. That is sad. Holy shit balls. Okay, I identify as 6'7", like Nick. I am indeed a 200 centimeter tall tribal man. That's what I am. Oh yeah, that's true. You do bang your heads on lights. I think if you like go to Vietnam, you will have like a huge problem. Or just going to like short countries, you're gonna bang your head a lot of times. And maybe I guess like cars could be a bit uncomfortable too if it's like if it's too small. Or, you know, like on airplanes you have less leg room and such. But I'm sure I've gotten face boob hugs a lot. The perks. Easier docking. What does that mean? He used this thing to make him taller. That's so sad. Professional motorboater. Nice. Said all cafe. I know, right? It's hard, man. Yeah, I would love to do that face boob hug kind of thing. I really want to do that. I think one of my dreams is to, you know, like when when you're like in a stable relationship and then your dude comes home and it doesn't feel great and he's tried so hard, and then, you know, and then he's just like, oh, I'm just so tired, and you're like, come here, and then you guys are in bed, then you just push his face on your boobs. That's what I really want to do. I want to do that. And then he just stays there and feel comforted, and it's so soft and it's nice and it's warm, and you're just like, yes, 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 here we go, baby, there we go. Like, I really want to do that. I don't know, it's just, I want that. The struggles of tall, but if it makes you crack a smile when you realize things are pretty great in everything else. That's true. Flex on us peasants. Us non-6 feet peasants. Ew. Legally change his age. What the fuck? You can't do that. He has to be on his knees for that. No, I'm saying like on the bed, you know? He has to pay rent for the spot. Yes. Pay rent for booby pillow. But the sad thing though, I think that's one of the reasons why I want to have big tits, is I want to be able to be like the softest face pillow for my future husband. But I don't have big tits. So that's sad. I don't think he's gonna enjoy the plushness as much as he would a big titty mommy, you know. Can you motivate me to quit smoking cigarettes? I don't kiss anybody who smokes cigarettes. Done. You're just gonna worsen your backache.
But I want him to motorboat me.
Have Vietnamese? Do you like Vietnamese girls?
Do you like Vietnamese girls?
What? This is supposed to be a life advice stream. What the fuck? Okay, last 3 minutes before we stop. I have abnormally large... Okay, Joe, you're just painting such a picture. You're short, you're muscly, and have huge hands. Are you Thorbjorn? You're literally Overwatch's Thorbjorn. Do I love it? Yeah. Yeah, I was asking you. The only Vietnamese guy here. Gents, do you like... Boobs or butt? Boobs. I'm a boobs person, for sure. I know it's old-fashioned, but I like boobs. You can have zero butt, I don't give a shit. But those bitties, those tibbies be jigglies. Custom cut bed frames. That's adorable. That's so adorable. I love that. What do I say to turn on Viet girls? Shit, I don't even know. The fuck? Comically large spoon. I'm a boobs person, but the butt is slowly oh. I am huge into boobs. I am, ugh, fuck, bro. I'm a boobs person for reals. I can see ass all the time and feel nothing. But I see boob, and dude, especially side boob. What the fuck, T? There are not enough boob people out here. Absolutely, dude. I personally like personality. Sure. Sure. Oppa is life. Oppa is life. And hey, it's a free life source. Did you know there was like this painting of this guy in jail, and then his there was like a picture of the guy in jail and he's drinking milk out of a girl's tits. And when you see the painting, you're like, what the fuck is this sick shit? Because he's old as fuck and she's young. But the meaning behind the painting is that this girl and his, like, her father has to go to jail for a crime he didn't commit or something. And then he's not allowed to drink or eat anything. But what she does is every time she goes visits him, she actually lets him suck her titty milk so that he can survive. So that's the daughter and the father. And it's some Freudian fucked up shit, but at the same time, you know, some people are like, oh, that is humanity, that is like, you know, that is love, that is true love. And it's like, I don't know, random knowledge that no one needs to know about, but there we go. But all I'm saying, right, because a butt, what can you do with a butt? What the fuck can you do with a butt? But with the titty, yo, that's the whole life source right there. You know what I'm trying? Consider the following: face sitting. I don't know. I wouldn't want somebody's shithole to be in front of my face. I'm deeply against anal. Deeply. But yeah, I don't know. Just personally. You saw that shit? Yeah. Oh, ew. Butt milk just sounds like a Chipotle after party. Ugh. Ugh. That's some choco milk right there, dude. What the fuck, Joe? Oh! Thank you so much, Mushi. Another peanut for sweet boys. I love her bubbers. Thank you for donating, boys. Really makes me feel like my job is worth it. Horny streams em lại đem nhân văn vào. Không, nhưng mà tại vì kiểu lúc đó em cũng nghĩ cái đấy kiểu, oh, that is really horny. Nhưng mà đến lúc mà như kiểu đọc cái caption of the post thì nó lại bảo là đây là kiểu thể hiện tình yêu thương giữa con với bố rồi thế nào kia, sao em kiểu okay. If you eat cat, you can eat ass. Like, if you can eat the pussy, you can eat the ass. No, I think it's so different. Fart fet. Yeah, I've heard of it, sadly. Russia has a slapping contest. Don't join in, Joe. I think the contestants are bears. Baby. Okay, one is absolute fecal matter. And one is like a living being. But they don't even come from there yet, you know? I'm just saying, like, it's shit, dude. It's literal shit, dude. It's literal shit. Can you really pick up a piece of shit and eat it? I don't even want to think about it. But like, if you can, go ahead. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead with the anal shit. Cause not everyone can clean their shit good enough so that there is no shit left in it, right? I've heard horror stories from my friends of doing anal and there's like shit on their penis or there's like shit in their mouth, and no. Kick farting. I heard of it in Honey Pop Cam Studio. Horror stories. For reals. Oh. Resident lesbian. And even I don't touch it. See? No. T, you are so cursed. You are so cursed. You little cursed tall boy. Bye, Moosey. Thank you for your donations. Okay, I'm probably gonna eat too. All this fucking anal shit has turned me off immensely, and also I'm really tired. So, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been 3 hours. Holy fuck! And hope you guys learned something from the stream, or at least had some fun. And yeah, hope you have a beautiful night/day. I'm gonna see you on the next stream. See ya, everybody. Love you. Not kissing your anal, by the way. That's disgusting. Bye bye. Bye bye.